And a pleasant good morning, everybody, and welcome to Yolo High Wheelers baseball from Dobbins Stadium here in Davis, California on this hot Tuesday morning. It is the visiting Oakland Ballers and the hometown Yolo High Wheelers. So Yolo coming off a road trip in which they dropped four out of the 6 games at Idaho Falls, and obviously trying to rebound from that. The Oakland Ballers coming into today's action at 20-16. Yolo enters today at 16-17. So as I said, these two teams about to get set for what seems like the 100th time this year. But we will see each other a lot already. Have seen each other 12 times this season, and Oakland leads the season series 7-5. So as we get set on this Tuesday morning, let's go right to the starting lineups for you. First for the visiting Oakland Ballers, and manager Micah Franklin leading it off and playing in center field is Austin Davis batting second, and in left field, Peyton Harden. The third place hitter is the right fielder, Trevor Halsema. J.P. Gates, the designated hitter, bats cleanup. Playing third base and hitting fifth, Dondre Hubbard. At second base, hitting sixth, Miles Jefferson. Noah Martinez, he bats in the seventh spot, and he plays at first base. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Tyler Lozano. And at shortstop today is Brad Burkell, and he hits ninth with the right-hander Christian Cosby on the mound. Again for Oakland and this morning's lineup, under manager Micah Franklin, it's Davis, Harden, Halsema, Gates, Hubbard, and Jefferson, Martinez, Lozano, Burkell, and the righty Cosby on the mound. For the Yellow High Wheelers and manager Billy Horton, Yolo comes in at 16-17. Leading off and playing center field, Braylon Skinner. Braylon Marine hits second, and he's at shortstop. Hitting third and playing right field, Tanner Smith. The designated hitter, batting cleanup, Braden Blackford. Jose Gonzalez is hitting fifth at first base. Batting sixth at second base, Bobby Leday. Kirkland Banks is slotted seventh. He's at third. Justin Kirby is in left field hitting eighth and batting ninth, and doing the catching, Angel Mendoza. And on the mound today for the Yellow High Wheelers is the right-hander, Cameron Rapetti. So again for Yolo and manager Billy Horton, it's Skinner, Marine, and Smith. Blackford, Gonzalez, Leday, Banks, Kirby, Mendoza, and the righty Rapetti on the mound. The starting lineups here this afternoon. Mentioned these records. The standings, Missoula 27-9 to lead the Pioneer League, a first place 5-game lead over Glacier. Now again, you need to at least get to the second place spot to earn one of the two playoff spots in the first round. So Yolo coming in 9.5 back of first, so their sights are really set on second place, and they're only 4.5 back of second. Remember, Yolo still has 3 games to make up against Rocky Mountain. Oakland is at 20-16, 7 back of first, but only 2 back of second. So this is an important series here because both these teams still with a legit shot at the playoffs, needing to at least get to the second place spot. All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back, time to play some baseball on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. All right, back here at Dobbins Stadium. Doug Greenwald with you. Again, glad you can join us on this Tuesday morning here in Davis, California. Again, this sun-filled morning from Davis. And I know we've had kind of a crazy few days. We thought that these games were going to be moved to Oakland, and then found out a couple of days ago that's not the case. And the three games that were always scheduled here for the second, third, and fourth are going to be, just that will be here. However, all moved to 10 a.m. The heat index later today and throughout this week, that heat index is going to be just flat out ridiculous. It's going to be about 112 degrees in that area. So because of that, we're going to have three straight 10 a.m. starts. So we'll be with you on Flow Sports and on YouTube Live coming up 10 a.m. Well, obviously today, and then 10 a.m. Throughout the next 2 days as well. And then the series shifts over to Oakland, where we will have those game times for you later. The umpires for today's game, Mike Carr. He calls balls and strikes. The umpire at first base is the pride of Fresno, California, Grant Myers. And the umpire at third is Rick Freitas. All right, we are ready to go here this morning from Davis, California. 93 degrees here at first pitch. And Cameron Rapetti ready to make the first pitch. He is out of the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game is low outside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to count, and we are underway at 10:05 this morning. Again, 93 degrees as Davis takes, and that is inside for a ball. And the count now with 2 balls and no strikes. The game's first batter in Austin Davis, 359. He has 7 homers, 24 runs batted in. Has a couple of homers against Yolo this year as Rapetti deals, and Davis takes outside, ball 3. And the count is now at 3 balls and no strikes. So just like that, a 3-0 count to Austin Davis as Rapetti delivers, and Davis taking all the way, and that's outside, ball 4. So just like that, 4 pitches equal a walk to get this game going on this Tuesday morning from Davis, California. Davis immediately down to first base. And now here is Peyton Harden, who comes up at 338. He has 1 home run, and he has 17 runs batted in. So Harden digs in, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. Austin Davis, the runner at first base, and he can run 20 steals. He's been caught just 3 times. So no balls and 1 strike to count. Throw to first. Gonzalez there to take it. Davis back safely with a dive. Cameron Rapetti is 23 years old, 6'4", 230 pounds. He delivers, and that's a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Rapetti is from Orange County. He's from Cypress. Went to college at Cal State Fullerton for 3 seasons, and then went on to play NAIA baseball last year at Georgia Gwinnett College. The 0-2 pitch, that is high for a ball. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Harden. Again, the runner at first base, Austin Davis. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count from Rapetti, who got a no decision in his last start. The 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called, outside corner. And Harden is caught looking, and that's the first out here this morning. So 1 down, and now here is the right fielder, and Trevor Halsema. So Davis holds at first. Now Halsema bats at 373, 8 homers, and he has 40 RBIs. So Rapetti, a 2-1 record, 4.83 earned run average. Mentioned a no decision in his last start. As the pitch on the way to Halsema is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Rapetti's outing last Tuesday at Idaho Falls, 4 innings, gave up 10 hits, 7 runs all earned. As Halsema swings and foul tips this one into the glove of the catcher Mendoza, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rapetti walked 4 in that game, struck out 3. Yolo ended up losing in the knockout round in that one. The 1-2 pitch. There goes Davis. Pitch taken outside, throw to second, and Davis is out by a mile. In fact, his slide didn't even get to second base. He was tagged out by the second baseman Leday, and Mendoza throws out Davis trying to steal. So 2-4 on the count, stealing. 2 out, nobody on. Meanwhile, the count is at 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and a strike to count to Halsema. So 2 out and nobody on. Rapetti mentioned a record of 2-1. Both his wins this year have come against Oakland. So the count is at 2 balls and 1 strike. Oakland is managed by Micah Franklin. He is the third base coach. And coaching over at first base, former big league infielder Aaron Miles. So Billy Horton and Mike Carr, the Yolo manager and home plate umpire respectively. I'm not sure what the discussion is about. But this has, as I said, gone on a lot this year, where there always, or just about always, seems to be a discussion after just about every pitch about things that we don't know. And again, I realize that happens a lot. There's talks about calls or issues or whatever it might be, but this happens a lot where, and it seemed to happen a lot last series against Oakland, where it was discussion after a pitch. We have no idea what's happening. The 2-1 pitch driven foul right side. And the count's at 2 balls and 2 strikes with the designated hitter, J.P. Gates, on deck. And Rapetti right back, and Halsema swings at a breaking ball. Lifts one high down the right field line. Smith on the run, and the ball lands foul. And the count's at 2 balls and 2 strikes from Rapetti, who was the opening night starter for the High Wheelers back on May 21st. So Rapetti is the starter at the beginning of every series. I mean, that's how it's been this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a count with 2 out. So I guess you could call him the number 1 starter. The pitch on the way, and that's low and inside, ball 3 to Halsema. And the count's now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count. And Rapetti ready to go. And the pitch, and Halsema swings, and a chopper to third. Leaping high to grab that one, the third baseman Banks, and he'll throw over to Gonzalez at first. And Halsema is out. Well, Kirkland Banks, not the tallest guy, 5'10", 177 pounds, but able to show his leaping ability there. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left after half an inning on this Tuesday morning. Oakland nothing Yolo coming up on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports.
Is that what you call it? Just a base graphic?
Yeah.
Full base graphic?
Yeah.
They've got an out graphic, but that's about it. And obviously yeah, you're sounding good across both.
Good, thanks. On the mound for the Oakland Ballers is the right-hander in Christian Cosby as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It is Oakland nothing and Yolo coming up. Mentioned coming up again tomorrow and on Thursday. Same starting times, 10 a.m. tomorrow, 10 a.m. on Thursday. That might be a record for me during a baseball season to be out of bed by about 8:15, 3 straight days. So 10 a.m. as I said, the next couple of days, and then the series shifts over to Oakland, where we'll have a 6:35 first pitch on Friday, and then 1:05 Saturday, 1:05 Sunday. Christian Cosby, 6'5", 220 pounds. He is 28 years old actually he's 27 years old, sorry Christian, 27 years old out of Placentia, California. So you got two guys opposing each other today, Cosby and Rapetti, both from the same area of Orange County. Braylon Skinner leads it off, and he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So Cosby from Placentia and Rapetti from Cypress. Pretty much, 20 minutes from each other in Orange County. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Skinner, who's not from Orange County, driven foul left side, strike two. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes to Yolo's first batter, and Braylon Skinner. Skinner. Tell you more in a moment as Cosby delivers, and that's swatted down the left field side, and that's going to be a foul ball. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes. For Braylon Skinner this year, averages at .339. He has 3 home runs, and he has 23 runs batted in. Skinner 0 for 4 the other night in Idaho Falls. Did have a pair of 3-hit games in that series. Now has 6 3-hit games this year. No balls, 2 strikes the count. No score, bottom of the first. Oakland and Yolo and Cosby's pitch, and that's up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Cosby, who is 4-1 this year. And his ERA is at 4.99. 7th appearance, all as a starter. The kick and the 1-2. And Skinner swings, and he pops this one up over near the Oakland third base dugout, and the ball will land in the vacant seats. And the count holds now at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Braylon Skinner facing Christian Cosby. Mentioned 27 years old, out of Chapman University, which is in Orange. So you have Cosby went to Chapman. You have Rapetti went to Cal State Fullerton. Both really good baseball programs, although this year Cal State Fullerton was not very good, but generally speaking, Titans are good. So you have one program at Chapman, a really good Division III program. Of course, Cal State Fullerton at D1. The 1-2 to Skinner, who went to Mississippi State, where he won a College World Series title. Fouls it off left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Cosby, who was a 14th round pick by the Royals in 2018. As the 1-2 pitch, low, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Cosby spent several years in the Royals system, made it as high as Double-A in the Texas League in Northwest Arkansas. 2-2 pitch, swing and a golf shot foul toward the backstop right side. 2-2. Skinner just went down and swatted it foul to the screen, or toward the direction of the screen. So 2 balls and 2 strikes the count from Cosby, who is making his 3rd start this year against the High Wheelers. The 2-2 pitch, curve, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Skinner is down on strikes. So that is the first out here in the bottom half of the first inning. And now Braylon Marine will come to the plate. So Cosby mentioned 3rd start against Yolo this year, and he is 2-0 against the Ballers. So 2 of his 4 wins have come against Yolo. So now it's Braylon Marine who digs in. And the pitch on the way to Marine, a fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. So Marine, a 2-homer game on Sunday night. I talked to Braylon before the game today, told me it was his first ever 2-homer game in professional baseball. The 0-1 pitch, and he swings and misses at a fastball, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Marine in that game at Idaho Falls, 2 for 4 with a couple of homers, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. As Cosby from the set delivers, and Marine waves weakly to pitch down and in, strike 3. And he is out, 2 down. Marine coming in to action this afternoon, or this morning, hitting at 403, which is 10th best in the Pioneer League. 403 with 5 homers and 30 RBIs. But Cosby back-to-back strikeouts, and now Tanner Smith bats. No score. And Cosby delivers, and Smith the foul to the screen, strike one. No balls, one strike. Tanner bats at 250, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Tanner had 1 plate appearance on Sunday as a pinch hitter and ended up being hit with a pitch in that 3-run ninth inning, but yet that 3-run ninth inning was still not enough. And the 10-8 Idaho Falls win. The 0-1, and Smith swings, slaps this ball to second base. Jefferson to his left plays the easy bounce, and he'll throw to Martinez at first. And Smith is out, and Yolo goes in order in the first. So nothing across after 1 on Tuesday morning at the ballpark. No score. Yolo and Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. On we go now to the top half of the second inning. No score. Yolo and Oakland. Mentioned 10 a.m. starts the next 2 days, so we'll have it for you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Tomorrow for Oakland, right-hander Justin Kleinsorg, a guy we've yet to see this year. He was just picked up by Oakland, and then Dawson Lane, a lefty, will go for Yolo. J.P. Gates leads it off, and he takes a strike from Cameron Rapetti on the inside corner, 0-1. Gates, Hubbard, and Jefferson, middle third of the order, as Gates takes, and that's outside, ball 1. And the count moves now to 1 ball and 1 strike to Gates, who we saw make his pro debut here last week. And the University of Tampa product pops it up foul left side, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gates, who bats at 222. He has no home runs. And get to drive in a run as he swings and drives one deep toward left center field. This ball is going, and there it is. Well, so much for no home runs. That's his first professional home run. Well, right as I said he has no home runs, he must have heard me and said, Doug, you take that. So J.P. Gates, first pro home run, first pro RBI. So he goes the opposite way to make it 1-0 Oakland in the top half of the second. So J.P. Gates is 385 feet out toward left center, and eventually the left fielder Kirby ran out of room. So 1-0 now in favor of Oakland. And now Dondre Hubbard comes up. And the pitch on the way to Hubbard, and that's a strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. 283 for Hubbard. His 8 homers, tied with Trevor Halsema for most on the Ballers. The windup and the pitch. And that's fly toward right. Smith a long run, and he makes a diving catch. Nice play there by the right fielder, Tanner Smith, who had to go far to his left and make the catch out in right field. And that is out number 1 here in the top half of inning number 2. It is 1-0 in favor of the Oakland Ballers. And now Miles Jefferson will come up. Well, J.P. Gates, we talked last time about his exploits at the University of Tampa, a guy who was a two-way player there with the Division II NCAA champion Spartans. As the pitch to Jefferson is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And Gates had 9 home runs this year at the college level at Tampa. Now Jefferson takes, and that's strike 2 quickly. So no balls and 2 strikes the count to Miles Jefferson at .339, 2 homers, 23 runs batted in. So 1-0 in favor of Oakland, top half of the second inning. Home run allowed by Rapetti. A moment ago, it's the third he's given up this year. No balls, 2 strikes the count to Jefferson, sporting the white batting gloves and the pitch. And Jefferson swings, and he drives this one toward right center. And Tanner Smith, this time to his right, makes a diving catch. So Tanner Smith getting a workout there in right field. He's had to make a diving catch moving to his left toward the line. This time makes a diving catch moving toward right center to his right. And Jefferson is out, so Tanner Smith has been putting on a show defensively, back-to-back plays here in the top half of the second inning. 1-0 Oakland. And now Noah Martinez bats, and he takes outside from Rapetti, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes to Martinez, who swings and misses at a breaking ball, strike 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. 257 for Martinez. He has 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. So, yeah, Tanner Smith. Dive to the left, dive to the right. Outfield around to the left, the 2-1 pitch, and Martinez takes, and that's up and away, ball 3. And the count moves now to 3 balls and a strike with Tyler Lozano, the catcher, on deck. Mentioned where Gates hit that ball, that homer, that went out near the 385-foot marker. They'll wind up in the 3-1 pitch, and that's way outside, ball 4. So Martinez draws a walk. Second base on balls issued by Rapetti. It is 1-0 Oakland, top of the second. And now Lozano bats. But down the lines here at Dobbins Stadium, 310. 385 to the gaps, and it's 410 to straightaway center field. So now Lozano bats at 191. He has 1 home run, and he has 8 RBIs, and the pitch, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Martinez, not much speed. He's the runner at first base. 1 steal, he's not been caught as the 0-1 pitch foul to the backstop, strike 2. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes with a 1-0 Oakland advantage. Top half of the second with Brad Burkell on deck. Now Martinez at first being held on by Gonzalez. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Rapetti deals, and Lozano takes a curve, low, ball 1. And the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes from the very competitive Rapetti. Features a 4 and a 2-seam fastball, a cutter, a changeup, and a curveball. The 1-2 here, and Lozano looks outside, ball 2. And the count's at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out, and a 1-0 advantage for the Ballers, top half of the second. And on this sun-filled and slightly breezy morning, the 2-2, and Lozano swings, and he pops this one up. Shallow left, the shortstop Marine backpedaling, stays with it to make the catch. Boy, looked like that ball, when he caught it, continued his momentum going backward, but held on to make the play in fair territory in shallow left. Leadoff homer by Gates, a run, a hit, no errors, no one left. After an inning and a half, Oakland 1, Yolo nothing on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Braden Blackford lead it off for the Yolo High Wheelers. We go on to the bottom half of the second inning. 1-0 Oakland on the home run by J.P. Gates. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and Flow Sports. Those of you listening on YouTube Live, feel free to chime in. If you have any questions, want to talk some baseball, happy to do so on this Tuesday morning from Yolo County. So Braden Blackford gets it started. Then Gonzalez and Leday. 4, 5, and 6 facing Christian Cosby, whose first pitch is fouled to the screen, strike one. And the count's 2 balls and 1 strike to Braden Blackford. Digs in at 326. He has 5 homers, and he has 22 runs batted in. A pair of RBI doubles on Sunday night at Idaho Falls as he takes, and that is low inside the 0-1. And the count's now at 1 ball and 1 strike to Braden Blackford, wearing his white pants all the way up to his knees, showing the thick black socks. Cosby works out of the set position even with nobody on, the 1-1, and Blackford looks at strike 2 on the outer half. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Blackford. 7 for 19 was Blackford in the series at Idaho Falls. Had 3 RBIs overall in that set, so at 368 over the several games he played in that series. The 1-2, and he swings and a foul to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Blackford, who the other night played left field. And I asked Braden about that today. I said, how much left field have you played? He said, not very much. Played a couple of games in college at left field. Outfield around to the left here, and the 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called outside corner. And Blackford a long, dejected walk back toward that Yolo first base dugout. And he is retired. 3rd strikeout of the 4 batters Cosby has faced this morning. And now Jose Gonzalez will come up. And Blackford said that played a couple of games at Purdue Fort Wayne in left field, and then a little bit of time in left field when he played at Illinois State. Now it's Gonzalez, and he takes up and away ball 1. 1-0. Jose at 393, 8 homers, 31 RBIs, and a 10-game hitting streak for Gonzalez. The 1-0 pitch and a fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the second inning. Gonzalez 1 for 4 with a double on Sunday night at Idaho Falls. Big hole in right center in the 1-1, and that's strike 2 called on the outer half. And the count moves now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the second inning. Outfield not terribly deep. Again, a huge hole in right center. The 1-2, and Gonzalez swings in a high chopper to first to his right. Martinez gloves it, and he'll take the ball to the bag for the unassisted out. So 2 out, 5 in a row set down by Cosby to get his morning going. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the second. And now it's Bobby Leday who digs in at 376, 8 homers, and he has a team best 41 RBIs. So Leday and Gonzalez co-lead Yolo in homers with 8. As Cosby again from the belt comes home, and Leday's hit with a pitch. Looked like that got Leday just below his left shoulder, so Leday will trot down to first base, and that's the first base runner this morning for the Yolo High Wheelers. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the second. And now that extends the bottom of the second inning for the third baseman, Kirkland Banks. 287 average for Banks. He has 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. One of those homers for Banks came in the recent series at Idaho Falls. So Leday at first, and the pitch to Banks swatted in the air, foul right side, strike 1, 0-1. So Leday, the runner at first base, being held on by Martinez. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the second. Outfield around to the left for Banks. As again, Leday at first, and another throw over, and Leday back safely standing up. Again, Gonzalez there to take the throw. Leday at first, 14 steals this year to lead the High Wheelers. He's been caught twice. As Banks takes up and in, and that hit him. Looked like that got him in his left arm. So back-to-back, 2 out, hit batsman by Cosby. So Cosby had set down the first 5 batters, I should say, and then back-to-back hit batters. So now it's first and second with 2 out. So the tying run up to second. Go ahead run at first. It's 1-0 Oakland. Bottom of the second inning, and now Kirby bats. Kirby digs in at 282. He has 3 home runs, and he has 15 runs batted in. And Cosby deals from the set, and Kirby takes, and that's inside ball 1. And the count's a 1 ball and no strikes to Kirby. Did not have the greatest of series. Idaho Falls was 2 for 14 in that set. The kick on the 1-0, and Kirby takes, and that's low ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes the count. So 2-0 the count. And the catcher Lozano will go out and talk to Cosby. So Cosby, as I mentioned, had set down the first 5, which included 3 strikeouts, and then back-to-back batters. He hits Leday, then hits Banks, and now falls behind Kirby at 2-0. Now, we were talking about Cosby before, that he has 2 wins this year against the Yolo High Wheelers. And not only does he have 2 wins against Yolo, he's combined to strike out 20 High Wheelers in those 2 starts. Now, it doesn't count the start today. The 2-0 pitch foul to the backstop, strike 1. And the count's at 2 balls and 1 strike with a 1-0 Oakland lead over Yolo, bottom of the second. Cosby struck out 13 High Wheelers in a 12-8 win for him June 7th in Oakland. And then here on June 19th, the game in which he won 7-3, he struck out 7 High Wheelers. Cosby had back-to-back double-digit strikeout performances. June 7th at home against Yolo, and then June 13th at home against Rocky Mountain. He struck out 11. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. 1-0 Oakland here in the second inning, bottom of the second. And the pitch to Kirby, and that's way inside ball 3, up and in. 3-1 now to Kirby with the catcher Angel Mendoza on deck. So Leday hit with a pitch, he's at second. Banks hit with a pitch, he's at first. 3 balls, 1 strike. Outfield around to the left, the runners go, and Kirby swings and misses. Throw to third base, safe there with a slide is Leday. And Banks, who was off on that same pitch, steals second. So that's a double steal. So Leday steals third. Banks, he steals second. And the count to Kirby is at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Leday, that's his 15th steal this year. And for Banks, that's his 7th stolen base. And now base to the outfield, give Yolo lead. 3-2 here, and instead Kirby swings and misses at a slider, strike 3, and he's out. So 4 strikeouts for Cosby, and the High Wheelers strand a 2-out threat. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We move to the third. It is 1-0 Oakland leading Yolo on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Moving to the top of the third inning, it is 1-0 Oakland, and Brad Burkell leads it off, facing Cameron Rapetti, who delivers, and Burkell swings and flies one softly to center straight away. Skinner hardly has to move for it. The center fielder makes the catch, and Burkell is out on one pitch. So one up and one down. Burkell coming into this morning's game at .266 with 6 homers and 26 runs batted in. So one out, and now for the second time this morning, Oakland will go to the top of its order for the center fielder in Austin Davis. And he takes up and in from Cameron Rapetti, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Davis walked to open the game on 4 pitches and then was eventually caught stealing the 1-0. And a swing and a miss at a fastball, strike one to Davis. University of West Virginia alum facing Cameron Rapetti. And the count's now at 1 ball and 1 strike with a 1-0 Oakland lead. Top half of the third. As Rapetti in that sunlight delivers, and that's outside, ball 2 to Davis. So now 2 balls and 1 strike to Davis, who takes outside, ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Davis played 4 years at West Virginia and then transferred within the Big 12 to TCU. Made his pro debut last year in the Frontier League with the Ottawa Titans. I mentioned Ottawa, and of course yesterday was Canada Day, which is their Independence Day, July 1st. So, place that I worked last year in Winnipeg. Since we didn't have a broadcast yesterday, I want to wish everybody happy Canada Day, the 31. And that's a strike called on the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count to Davis with Peyton Hardin on deck. The windup in the 3-2, and Davis swings and he pops one down the left field side, and that ball is going to land fair, base hit. Davis takes a big turnaround second as the left fielder Kirby gets the ball back in towards second. Kirby had to move far to his right to grab that ball near the line in fair territory. And Austin Davis has a fly ball bloop single down the left field line. Second hit for the Ballers. It's 1-0 Oakland. Top of the third, and now it's Peyton Hardin who will come to the plate. Well, Hardin 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time. And the pitch to Hardin. He drops the ball along the grass, third base side. Charged by Banks, and his throw is in time. Boy, Gonzalez had to stretch well into foul ground, and Micah Franklin, the manager, is going to have a discussion with the first base umpire, Grant Myers. Boy, Gonzalez had to stretch far to his right, far really to his left, to grab the ball in foul ground. 3 umpires are going to meet to discuss whether or not Gonzalez came out the bag. As I said, Gonzalez had to stretch, but we'll see what the verdict is here. 1-0 Oakland, top half of the third. And they're going to say out, so that'll go as a sacrifice bunt. So 5-3 on the sac bunt. Hardin remains 0 for 1. Up to second is Davis. Oakland 1 and Yolo nothing. Top of the third. And now Trevor Halsema bats. He is 0 for 1. He grounded to third base in the first inning. So outfield medium depth and straight away. And the pitch on the way to Halsema. And he swings on a foul to the backstop, strike one. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike to Halsema. With J.P. Gates wetting on deck. Rapetti, second year in the Pioneer League, was with Billings last year, the 0-1. And a fastball swing and a miss, strike 2. And the count's now at no balls and 2 strikes. Rapetti played for manager Billy Horton last season with Billings, and now reunited this year with Yolo. No balls, 2 strikes, the count with 2 out. Lead at second base by Davis, and the pitch, and that's high outside, ball 1. And the count's now at 1 ball and 2 strikes from Rapetti, who, along with his teammates in the White uniforms, white shirts, white pants. High Wheelers spelled across the front in black with gold trim. Black cap, gold bill. The bicycle in yellow on the front of the cap. The 1-2 pitch high, 2-2. Mentioned gold number on each side of the shirt. Oakland in the button-down forest green shirts. Ballers in big gold letters spelled across the front of the shirt. Gold number on the back. Gray pants. Forest green caps. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count with 2 outs. Has the pitch on the way. Swinging a comebacker. Snagged right in front of the mound by Rapetti. He'll run the ball halfway to first. Easy toss to Gonzalez. And Halsema is retired. 1 hit, 1 left after 2.5 innings. 1-0 Oakland leads Yolo on YouTube Live. On we go to the bottom half of the third inning from Davis, California. It is 1-0 in favor of the Oakland Ballers. This is Doug Greenwald. You're listening to the listening to the Yolo High Wheelers, well, and the Oakland Ballers, but listen to the Yolo High Wheelers on YouTube Live and also on Flow Sports. Angel Mendoza, the Yolo catcher, to lead it off. It'll be Mendoza. Then the top of the Yolo order for the center fielder Skinner, and then Marine. 9-1-2 to face the right-hander Christian Cosby, who kicks and delivers. Mendoza swing and a miss at a fastball in the outer half, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Angel digs in at 185. He has 2 home runs, and he has 12 runs batted in. And the 0-1 here, and a swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike 2. And the count moves now to no balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the third. Mendoza, mentioned his average of 185, did have a home run in that series at Idaho Falls. The 0-2 pitch, and he swings and he pops this one up foul right side. No balls, 2 strikes. The other homer for Mendoza this year, which was his first pro home run, was at Oakland on June 4th, which was the opening night at the Ballers at Bramante Park is what I mean. That's where we'll be this weekend. No ball, 2 strike pitch. Swung on, slapped to second base. Jefferson a step to his left up with a baseball. And he will throw to Martinez at first. And Mendoza is retired. So 1 up and 1 down. Third inning, bottom half. 1-0 Oakland. And now for the second time this morning, Yolo will go to the top of its order for the center fielder, Braylon Skinner. He struck out swinging in the first. So Cosby now 1 time through the order with 4 strikeouts. Skinner, as I mentioned, struck out his first time, and Braylon a weak swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike 1. No balls and a strike. Third baseman Hubbard on the lip of the grass. Skinner, white pants up to his knees, showing the thick black socks. Breeze blowing out toward left center. The 0-1 here, and a swing and miss. Fastball up and in, strike 2. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes with Braylon Marine on deck. And a 1-0 Oakland advantage. Cosby Kicks in the 0-2 from the set, low and in ball one. So 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Braylon Skinner from Christian Cosby, who's won each of his last 2 starts, including one here a few weeks ago. The 1-2 pitch, and that is grounded toward third to his right sliding stop Hubbard, and the third baseman's throw to first. Good pick there by Martinez, and out is Skinner. Nice play there by the third baseman, Dondre Hubbard. He had to go down and make that play. He had to, that ball was going to snake its way into left field. Instead, Hubbard said, I don't think so. So nice play there, and that is the second out in the bottom half of the third. And now Braylon Marine will come up. 1-0 Oakland. Marine struck out swinging his first time, and he takes outside ball 1-0. So the game here on June 19th, Cosby started and won that game, and then followed that up with a win in his last start last Wednesday at home against Northern Colorado. Marine a swing and a foul ball, right side, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1-0 Oakland, home half of the third. Cosby in his last start, 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, which was not earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5. 1-1 on the way, and that's a called strike. Breaking pitch on the inner half. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Braylon Marine. Outfield around to the left. And the 1 ball, 2 strike offering. And that swung on a missed, strike 3. And Marine is out. So Cosby has made quick work of Marine in each of Marine's 2 at-bats this morning. 5th strikeout for Cosby. And again, the second time Marine has fanned. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the 4th. It is 1-0 in favor of the Oakland Ballers over the Yolo High Wheelers on YouTube Live.
Pioneer League facts. Professional baseball took a hit with the stock market in 1929, but the birth of the Pioneer League kept baseball alive in the mountain region. In 1964, the Pioneer League became a short-season rookie league with 4 teams affiliated with the major league clubs. After a hiatus in 2020, the Pioneer League returned in 2021 to its 1939 format as a partner league of the MLB for the 3rd time. The Pioneer League implemented the internationally acclaimed knockout round to replace extra innings in 2021. And in 2024, the PBL expanded its geographical footprint, introducing the 2 teams playing today.
Moving on to the top half of the 4th inning this morning from the city of Davis. It is a 1-0 Oakland lead, courtesy of this man coming up in J.P. Gates, who homered to open the 2nd inning. And Cameron Rapetti's first pitch, and that is taken low, ball 1. And the count's a 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Gates, Hubbard, and Jefferson. Same 3 that got the 2nd inning going. The home run for Gates, again, was his first pro home run and first pro RBI. So again, we saw Gates as a first baseman, a pitcher, and DH in the series here a couple of weeks ago. The 1-0 pitch, and that is up and away, ball 2 from Rapetti. And the count's now at 2 balls and no strikes with a 1-0 Oakland lead, the 2-0. And Gates swings, and he flies one to shallow center field. Skinner comes hustling in, won't get there in time, base hit. So Gates, he is now 2 for 2 this morning. He has both, actually no, he's got 2 of the 3 Oakland hits. Yolo's still looking for its first hit. 1-0 in favor of Oakland. Top of the 4th. Now Dondre Hubbard comes up. He was robbed of a hit in the 2nd inning when Tanner Smith made the first of his 2 straight diving plays. One play that he made diving toward the line to his left, the other play made diving to his right toward right center. as Hubbard looks at a strike on the inside corner. And the count's a no balls and a strike to Hubbard, wearing his gray pants up to his knees, showing the thick green socks. The kick in the 0-1, and Hubbard takes, and that's a strike on the inside corner. And the count's now at no balls and 2 strikes to Hubbard, who had 4 homers against Yolo in that series in Oakland about a month ago. The 0-2 pitch, and that's way outside. That bounced in front of the plate and then went to the backstop, so the wild pitch moves Gates up to second base. And now that changes the at-bat for, or at least the complexion of this at-bat for Hubbard. So charge a wild pitch to Rapetti. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So now Hubbard, job here is to get a ground ball to the right side or a fly ball deep enough to advance Gates. The kick of the 1-2, and Hubbard swings and a foul to the backstop. And the count moves or holds now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Rapetti, he faced Oakland back on June 4th at Raimondi Park, and Hubbard took Rapetti for a home run in that game. The 1-2 here, and Hubbard swings, ground ball, left field, base hit. Gates will go over to third base. He had to hold up just in case that ball was fielded, but instead it went through the hole between short and third. Left fielder Kirby up with the ball, gets it in toward short. So Gates up to third base. Hubbard has himself a single to left, and he's 1 for 2. And now it's first and third with nobody out. And Miles Jefferson comes up. He flied to right field in the second inning. So a 1-0 lead for Oakland, but now a chance to add to it. Infield looking to turn 2. They'll trade a double play at this point in exchange for a run. As the pitch to Jefferson from Rapetti is high ball 1-0. I was talking about that home run Hubbard hit off Rapetti back on June 4th. It was the first home run ever hit at Raimondi Park. I mean, certainly in a Pioneer League game. The 1-0 on the way, and Jefferson takes slow and in for a ball from Rapetti, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes from Rapetti. Jefferson flying to right field in the second. That was the play where Tanner Smith moved to his right, out toward right center to take a hit away. The 2-0 here, and that's a strike on the inside corner. Strike 1. And the count's now at 2 balls and 1 strike with a 1-0 lead for the Oakland Ballers, top half of the 4th. The 2-1 here, and that's outside. Snapped to the first, and back safely with a dive is Hubbard. The catcher Mendoza to the first baseman Gonzalez. But Hubbard back safely there. So 2 balls and 1 strike now from Rapetti. 3-1 the count. Let me correct that. 3-1 the count. As Rapetti takes a little stroll back of the mound. So 3 balls and 1 strike with Noah Martinez on deck. And the kick and the pitch. Swing and a tapper toward third. To his left. Banks goes Leday at second for 1 on to Gonzalez at first. Not in time. And in to score from third is Gates. And it's 2-0 Oakland. 5-4 on the force at second. Jefferson is safe at first, so give him a run batted in. So 2-0 now in favor of the Ballers. RBI for Jefferson is his 24th. And now Martinez comes up, as he walked his first time, and Martinez takes a strike on the inside corner 0-1. Gates did not come to the plate until the third baseman Banks released the ball towards second. Good base running there by Gates. You know, knee-jerk reaction, ball hit on the ground is to run. Now, Gates was not forced to run. The 0-1 pitch, and that's in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Oakland, top half of the 4th. So Gates, otherwise he takes off on contact, and Banks probably is coming home. But instead, once Banks released the ball towards second, then Gates scampered in after that. The 0-1 pitch is low inside. The count is at 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count to Martinez. So Jefferson, the runner at first base. 2-0 Oakland, 4th inning top half. Outfield medium depth and straightaway as Rapetti comes set. and delivers, and Martinez takes low ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jefferson 12 steals this year. He's been caught 3 times. The 3-1 in Martinez, a swing and a miss. Fastball in the outer half, strike 2. And the count's now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count with Lozano on deck and a 2-0 lead for Oakland. And the 3-2 pitch Martinez takes, and that's way inside ball 4. Ball goes to the backstop. It's ball 4 anyway. The catcher Mendoza has to chase it down, but that is a walk. So Jefferson goes to second on the walk. Martinez, he walks for the second time. And Rapetti, and I realize it's hot out there, it's early and all that, but just looking at the body language of Rapetti, I understand he's a little frustrated. Down 2-0 in this inning. He's a couple of hits on a walk, and manager Billy Horton comes out and I think is going to give Rapetti a little bit of a breather right here. Mention the next 2 games of this series, both at 10 a.m. We'll have it for you on Flow Sports. We'll have it for you on YouTube Live. Tomorrow I mentioned for Oakland, a guy we've yet to see, who was just signed by Oakland, Justin Kleinsorg, who had been in the American Association this year with the Cleburne team in the Fort Worth area. So Kleinsorg, let me correct the pronunciation. Kleinsorg, we will see him tomorrow against Yolo lefty Dawson Lane. Then Wednesday for Oakland, right-hander Carson Lambert against Yolo righty Brandon McPherson. So now it's Lozano who takes inside ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. So 2-0 Oakland, but a chance now for the Ballers to open it up a little more as Rapetti is set. And now time requested and granted. Batter and Lozano requesting time, so that's his lone timeout of this plate appearance. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 on. And the pitch, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Jefferson's at second. Martinez is the runner at first base. Outfield medium depth straight away. And the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch, and that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. And the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kick on the 1-2, and Lozano takes, and that's low ball 2 to the Stockton native and Tyler Lozano. So 2-2 the count. Lozano popped to the shortstop, Marine, in the second inning. So Jefferson's at second, Martinez at first, and now Rapetti a turn to look back at second. That's his first disengagement. So 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. So 2-2 the count. From Rapetti, works in the middle of the rubber. And the pitch, and Lozano is swinging a miss. High fastball, strike 3, and he is out, fell down after swinging and missing there. So Lozano is retired. That's the second strikeout for Rapetti this morning. I guess I can still say this morning for about another hour. 2-0 in favor of Oakland. Now Brad Burkell comes up. He is 0 for 1. He fly to center field in the third inning. So outfield medium depth and straight away for the East Texas area product. And Brad Burkell and the pitch, and that's taken for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. So the Ballers coming off a home series against Northern Colorado, in which I guess you could say this about each team, went 3-3. The 0-1 from the set. Burkell swings, and he flies this one deep toward right field. Smith is back. Ball will hold up, moving to his left end in front of the track in fair territory. He makes the catch. So Burkell looked like that was going to have enough to get out, but did not. Just kind of held up in the breeze. So only 1 run for Oakland in the fourth. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Moving to the bottom of the fourth inning, 2-0 the Oakland Ballers out in front over the Yolo High Wheelers on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. On we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. This morning it is 2-0 Oakland leading Yolo. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. And Tanner Smith will lead it off for the Yolo High Wheelers to face Christian Cosby, whose first pitch to Smith. Low inside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. It's Smith, Blackford, and Gonzalez. And the High Wheelers have had a threat, although it's not been with a hit. They're still hitless through 3+ innings, the 1-0. And that's a strike called on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith is 0 for 1. He grounded to second base his first time. So 2-0 Ballers, home half of the fourth inning. Huge hole in right center. And the pitch, and Tanner swings and a foul to the screen, 2-1. But yeah, the High Wheelers had second and third with 2 out in the second. Leday and Banks both reached, but they were both hit with pitches. So, and then there was a double steal for each. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that's reached for, and a chopper to second. Belt high grab by the second baseman Jefferson, and he will throw to Martinez at first. And Smith is out. Back-to-back bats for Smith, in which he is grounded to second base, 1 down. And now it's Braden Blackford who will come to the plate. He struck out looking in the second inning. So 2-4-0 for Oakland. No runs, no hits, no errors for Yolo. So now Braden Blackford comes up. Grips the bat just above the knob with the black batting gloves, and he swings and misses at a high fastball, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Talking before about Blackford, I know it was the DH today, but it was in left field on Sunday night at Idaho Falls. The kick in the 0-1, and that's outside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike to Braden Blackford. But yeah, Blackford saying that played a couple of games of left field in college at Purdue Fort Wayne, as he swings here and flies this one high in the air into right field. Sends Halsma going back and still chasing after it, and the ball is 1 hop off the wall. Halsma a tough time picking it up. Blackford seeing that. He is digging for third, and the throw will not be in time. And Blackford dives in safely with a triple. So Braden Blackford, that's the first hit for the High Wheelers. It's a triple here on the bottom of the fourth inning. Hit it as far as he could while it stayed in the ballpark, that is. 385 feet, just below the scoreboard in right center. Blackford hit it about 384 feet. So Braden Blackford finds himself at third base. So he's got a 1-out triple. 2-0 Oakland, bottom half of the fourth. That's the first triple for Blackford this year. So he's at third base, and now it's Gonzalez who comes up. And the infield, 3/4 of the infield is back. And Jose is swinging a miss. Fastball there, challenge, 0-1. Of course, Gonzalez is also the tying run. Gonzalez grounded to the first baseman Martinez unassisted in the second inning. So the Ballers willing to give the High Wheelers a run here. The 0-1 to Jose, a foul to the screen, strike 2, 0-2 with Bobby Leday on deck. So the third baseman, Hubbard, had been playing on the lip of the grass. Now he moves back a few feet. Plays even with the bag, but well off the line. Rest of the infield back. Outfield not terribly deep. Straight away, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 swings, 3 strikes. Gonzalez is out. So he challenged Gonzalez, who's been a hot hitter this year. And Jose, there's that sometimes long, dejected walk back to the dugout after a strikeout. Gonzalez wanted to get right back to the dugout. He said, I don't want any part of home plate right now. I'm just going to get back to the dugout. I don't want to make a longer walk than it should be. 6 strikeouts for Cosby. And now Leday comes up, and he swings and misses at a fastball. Strike 1, 0-1. So Cosby now, in 3 starts this year against Yolo, 26 strikeouts. Lead at third by Blackford, and Leday chases that one well out of the zone and misses strike 2. So after the triple to Blackford, now 5 straight strikes for Cosby, and all have been on swings. And pretty much all have been challenged fastballs. So no balls, 2 strikes the count. Big hole in right center. And the pitch, and Lede swings and misses high fastball, strike 3, and he is out. It's almost as if Cosby said, all right, I'm going to give up a hit. He's going to be at third with 1 out, and I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. 7 strikeouts for Cosby. So the 1 out triple by Blackford is just that. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 5th on this Tuesday morning get-together. 2-0 in favor of the Oakland Ballers over the Yolo High Wheelers on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports.
Are you wondering where you can snag some of our exclusive Yolo High Wheelers gear? Well, look no further because we've got you covered. Go visit Daniela, who is selling our gear. Introducing the Yolo High Wheelers on-field hats, jerseys, and authentic player collection, all now on sale. Go wait, there's more. Our merchandise lineup includes a fantastic range of short-sleeve performance tees, performance hoodies, authentic shorts, and lightweight jackets, all designed to keep you looking sharp and feeling comfortable, whether you're playing catch in the front yard or racing your bike down the street. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss out on your chance to rock the coolest gear in town. Head over to the website now and elevate your style game with the Yolo High Wheelers merchandise. Get yours today. Go High Wheelers. When you're done picking up your gear, don't forget to make your next stop at the Woodstock's concession stand for great food and high school beer beverages.
On we go to the top half of the 5th, 2-0 in favor of the Oakland Ballers over the Yolo High Wheelers. Top of the Oakland order for the 3rd time for Austin Davis, and he grounds 1 foul up along third, strike 1. And the count's of no balls and 1 strike, so it's Davis, Harden, and Halsema to face Rapetti. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Oakland, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors for Yolo. So the 2 Oakland runs, the home run by Gates in the 2nd, and the force play hit into by Jefferson. The 0-1 pitch to Davis is outside, ball 1 from Rapetti. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Oakland. The windup and the 1-1, and Davis swings, grounder foul up along third, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Petty really labored through that 4th inning, but only allowed the 1 run on this hot Tuesday morning, and it is going to be hot, hot, hot all throughout this area. The 1-2 pitch, and that's popped up foul right side. And the count moving to 1 ball and 2 strikes, or holding at 1 ball and 2 strikes, and a 2-0 advantage for the Oakland Ballers. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away, strike 3, and Davis comes up empty, and he is out for the first time this morning. 3rd strikeout for Rapetti, 1 down. And now the left fielder in Peyton Harden comes up. But we are going to be in for a hot July, I have a feeling. So now it's Harden, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. But you know what, folks? It's the summertime. It's early July, one of my favorite months. The lineup in the 0-1, and Harden lifts 1 foul left side, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The former Southland Conference Player of the Year at McNeese State 2022, and Peyton Harden. Rapetti right back. The 0-2 is in the dirt, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes with a 2-0 lead for the Oakland Ballers. Top half of the 5th. Yeah, I always love July because it's really, I think, when things really get cooking with the hot temperatures. Certainly prefer this than the opposite. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. Swung on, high chopper towards second. 2 is right. Lede up with it. Throws to first. Not in time. And safe there is Harden. Close play at first, but Peyton Harden is safe. Give him an infield single. And that is hit number 5 for Oakland to go along with a 2-0 Ballers lead. And now Aaron Halsema will come up. And obviously we'll talk more about that on Thursday on the 4th of July. But that's one of my favorite holidays is 4th of July, the birth of our nation, and a great day for baseball and just hot weather. Like it a lot. Billy Horton out to have a discussion with the first base umpire, Grant Myers, about that last call at first. Mentioned Grant Myers, longtime friend of mine. Grant and I worked together with the Fresno Grizzlies. Grant would serve as the official scorer from time to time and have other duties up in the press box, but always has wanted to be a pro umpire and works a lot of small college baseball, lower level Division II, Division III baseball in California. And this is Grant's first ever professional chance to work baseball. I don't mean literally today, but this year. We saw Grant for a doubleheader here a little over a month ago. And Grant generally flip-flops between here and Oakland. Works mostly in, pretty much based in California in this league. So now it's Halsema, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike with a 2-0 advantage for the Oakland Ballers. Top of the 5th inning. 1 on, 1 out. And Harden at first moves back there, draws the throw, I should say, from Repetti, and back safely standing up is Peyton Harden. And the 0-1 here to Halsema, and that's lifted high, and well, apparently a balk's been called on Repetti. So I guess Repetti did not come set completely. So Repetti called for a balk, so there is no pitch there. And charge Repetti with a balk. He and Mike Carr have had some history. Repetti and Mike Carr. Carr ejected Repetti from a game in Oakland about a month ago, a game in which Repetti was not even pitching. But Repetti had been upset with Carr over a balk call the night before or 2 nights prior, whatever it was. And Carr had made a call that Repetti didn't like Repetti was just watching the game from the dugout, and Mike Carr ran Repetti 2 nights later when Repetti was spectating the game. The 0-1, and that's outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, but it didn't appear that Repetti said anything here to Mike Carr. So 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Repetti, the only high wheeler to be ejected from a game this year. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch, and that swung on and looped over the leaping shortstop Marine in the center, a base hit. Micah Franklin's going to wave Harden to the plate, and the balk comes back to hurt as Harden will score standing up on the RBI single to center by Halsema. And it's 3-0 Oakland here in the top half of the 5th. So Halsema had a 4 RBI game here last time these two teams met, has his team high 41st RBI on that single to center. So an infield single, a balk, and an RBI single make it 3-0 now Ballers. And here's J.P. Gates, who's 2 for 2. And he takes a breaking pitch for a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike to Gates. And right back to the plate, and that is a strike called on the outside corner from Repetti, strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes the count. So 0-2 the count. Halsema at first, being held on by Gonzalez on the 0-2 pitch, and Gates swings. Low liner to second, caught by Lede. Throwback to Gonzalez at first, double play. Out back with a dive is Halsema, and Gates lines into a 4-3 double play. Second baseman Lede to the first baseman Gonzalez. 1 run, 2 hits. There were no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway done on this Tuesday morning. 3-0 in favor of the Oakland Ballers over the Yolo High Wheelers on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Halfway done, we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. 3-0 Oakland leads Yolo. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. And Kirkland Banks to lead it off for the Yolo High Wheelers. It'll be Banks, Kirby, and Mendoza to face Christian Cosby, who has 7 strikeouts through his first 4 innings as he deals on the pitch to Banks. Swing and a miss, strike 1-0-1. I think that's 7 straight swings and misses. Go back to last inning. Got Gonzalez on 3 pitches. Got Leday on 3 pitches, and now misses inside for a ball. And the count's a 1 ball and 1 strike. So time for the High Wheelers to get busy here. They've had some chances. They've had 2 runners as far as third, but nothing to show for it. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a foul to the backstop, strike 2. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Yolo High, or for the Oakland Ballers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Yolo High Wheelers. The 1-2 on the way, and that swung on and blew toward right, and that's going to get down a base hit. To his left to grab the ball, Halsema. And Kirkland Banks, who was hit with a pitch his first time, has a single to right here. So Banks is 1 for 1. That is the second hit for the High Wheelers. And now it's Justin Kirby who bats. He struck out swinging in the second inning. So Banks at first base. And the pitch, Cosby deals from the set, and Kirby a pop-up foul right side, strike 1. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. So Banks, mentioned the runner at first base. Banks perfect in steal attempts this year. He is 6 for 6. No balls and a strike. Big hole in right center, and the pitch, and Kirby takes, and that's a strike on the outer half. No balls and 2 strikes to Kirby, is going to challenge that last strike call. And it's been overturned to a ball. So, instead of 0-2, it's 1 ball and 1 strike now with a 3-0 Oakland lead. Bottom of the 5th. So Banks at first base being held on by Martinez. Big hole in right center for Kirby. And Justin takes high ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kirby. White pants pulled up to his knees with a very thin look to the thick black socks. 2 balls, 1 strike. Turn, throw to first, and back safely with a dive is Banks with the first baseman Martinez there to take the throw. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. And Cosby set. There goes Banks. The pitch to Kirby. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base, and Banks is out with a slide. Throw was taken by the second baseman Jefferson. So 2-4 on the caught stealing. And right after I had said that Banks had not been thrown out trying to steal this year, he's out trying to steal. So first time this year he's been caught. So 1 out, nobody on. And I understand the High Wheelers just trying to drum up something here, but right there, Banks is out. Count the Kirby's at 2-2. Now nobody on, and the pitch low ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Kirby. Now Kirby, going into that series at Idaho Falls, he had a streak of 10 straight games with at least 1 run scored. The kick in the 3-2, and Kirby drives this one toward right center field, and a diving effort by the center fielder Davis, can't get to the ball. The ball's on the warning track, and Kirby had stopped at second. Now he's going to continue to third, and he goes in there with a dive, and he has a triple. Well, good effort by the center fielder Davis. Eventually it was Halsema and Wright who picked up the baseball. I mentioned Kirby stopped at second. There is no error there. I mean, the ball just hit on the warning track. And Kirby, when he saw that ball was still way out in right center, said, you know what, with my speed I can get to third base. And he does. So Kirby, that is his first triple as a professional. Second triple today. Both Yolo hits have been triples. How about that? Blackford in the 4th, now Kirby in the 5th. And now it's Mendoza with a runner at third, and really imperative here that the High Wheelers take advantage of this 1-out opportunity as Angel takes outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, and a 3-0 lead for the Ballers in the 5th inning. Outfield around to the left, and the 1-0 pitch, and Mendoza pop-up foul right side, strike 1. And the count's a 1 ball and 1 strike. Let me correct that. 2 of the 3 High Wheelers hits. I looked at Banks. Of course, Banks was caught stealing, but obviously it's still a hit. So 2 of the 3 hits have been triples for Yolo. The 1-1, and that's inside out at foul right side. So the count's a 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield's back, and Mendoza swings and misses, but the ball gets away from the catcher Lozano. Kirby will score on the wild pitch, and Mendoza reaches first on the wild pitch. Well, it's not quite the way that I think the High Wheelers had in mind getting the run in, but it counts. It's 3-1 now, Oakland. So strikeout swinging for Mendoza. That's the 8th strikeout for Cosby, but Mendoza reaches on the wild pitch. Kirby scores on the wild pitch. So a break there for Yolo. Now 3-1 Oakland. And now the top of the Yolo order for the third time for the center fielder, Braylon Skinner, who lines one down the left field side. Foul, strike 1. And the count's a no balls and 1 strike. So strikeout, wild pitch. Run scores. So that's a productive strikeout right there. Obviously, it still goes as a strikeout on the pitching side for Cosby. That's his 8th. Again, top of the Yolo order for the third time. Skinner is 0 for 2. And he's the possible tying run. So Mendoza, not much speed at first. And he goes, and the pitch to Skinner taken outside, throw to second, and Mendoza is safe with a slide. Throw was taken by the shortstop Burkell from the catcher Lozano. The ball was not handled anyway. It was going to be a close play, but give Angel Mendoza a steal of second base. And that is his first steal this year. So that takes away any chance of a forced double play. 3-1 Oakland, 5th inning, bottom half. Braylon Marine on deck, and Cosby delivers from the set. And the next pitch, and that's taken for a strike at the knees. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Outfield very shallow around to the left. Huge hole in right center. The 1-2 here, swing and a miss, strike 3. Pitch down and in, and Skinner strikes out swinging for the second time. That's now the 9th strikeout for Cosby, which again his season high this year is 13 against Oakland. So that keeps Mendoza at second, and now Braylon Marine, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts swinging. Well, I was talking before about Kirby, Justin Kirby, who this year has or had a streak of 10 straight games for him with at least a run scored. Braylon Marine right now has that same streak. Braylon, in his last 10 games, has scored at least a run and has 16 runs overall in that span over those 10 games scored. No balls, 1 strike. Mendoza at second. Marine the tying run. And the pitch to Braylon, who has a hit in 19 of his last 20 games, and he takes strike 2 on the outside corner. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes with Tanner Smith on deck. Mendoza at second, and Marine swings and taps one foul to the backstop. 0-2 the count. But yeah, Braylon Marine coming into today, 10th in the league and hitting at .403. Recently had the 16-game hitting streak snap in that series at Idaho Falls. But overall in that series was 12 for 25. That's a .480 clip. The 0-2 here, and Marine swings and drives one high and foul left side. No balls and 2 strikes. 3-1 Oakland leading Yolo. Bottom of the 5th. But Marine, as I said, hit .480 in that 6-game set. Was 12 for 25. He had 8 RBIs, a couple of homers, and scored 11 runs in that series. So again, 10 straight games with at least a run scored for Marine. So he and Justin Kirby have both accomplished that this year for Yolo. The 0-2 pitch, and Marine swings and misses. Pitch way out of the strike zone, strike 3. Strikes out for the 3rd time today, and that's now the 10th strikeout for Cosby. And that's his 3rd double-digit strikeout performance this season. 2 of them have been against Yolo. 1 run for the High Wheelers, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We shift to the 6th. It is 3-1 in favor of the Oakland Ballers over the Yolo High Wheelers on YouTube Live.
UC Davis for being exceptional partners whose generosity has made our games at our home ballpark possible. Go Aggies!
Moving on to the top half of the 6th, it is Oakland 3 and Yolo 1. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. And Dondre Hubbard leads it off. It'll be Hubbard, Jefferson Martinez to face Cameron Rapetti. So both starters getting through 5 innings here this afternoon. And now the first pitch to Dondre Hubbard is an off-speed pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Imagine like saying that in the 60s and 70s to various pitchers. Oh yeah, good to see you get through 5 innings. Some would look at me and tear my head off and like, yeah, is that an accomplishment? Well, nowadays it is. The 0-1 is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hubbard. And Rapetti deals, and Hubbard goes down for that breaking ball and misses it, strike 2. And the count's now at no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count, and Rapetti misses, and that's up and away for a ball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rapetti 3-quarter windup, and Hubbard takes low and in, ball 3. And the count's now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count to Hubbard with the Yolo up 3-1. Or the Oakland up 3-1 in the top half of the 6th. Rapetti deals in the 3-2 pitch, and that's up and in, ball 4. So Hubbard draws a walk. He will trot down to first base, and now Miles Jefferson will come to the plate. Jefferson reached on a force but drove in a run his last time, so he is 0 for 2. Hubbard at first base, being held on by Gonzalez. Top of the 6th inning, it is 3-1. Oakland out in front, and the pitch to Jefferson is a strike called from Rapetti on the inside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike to Jefferson from Cameron Rapetti. Mentioned was at Georgia Gwinnett College last year. 0-1 the count. And the pitch, and that's low outside for a ball. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. So that's quite a drop in terms of level going from Cal State Fullerton, one of the, generally speaking, one of the top programs every year in the Big West. Not this year, but generally they are. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. And that's swung on, and it'll squibber up along first, foul, strike 2. And the count holds or moves now to 1-2 with an Oakland 3-1 lead over Yolo. Top half of the 6th inning. So Rapetti last season pitched at Georgia Gwinnett College, an NAIA program, and was 12-1 for the Grizzlies. The team he was on went 50-8. 1-2 the count, with a 3-1 Ballers advantage. Top half of the 6th. And the pitch from the set, and that's swung on, and that's blooped toward right center field. And far to his left, a diving catch by the center fielder, Ian Braylon Skinner. Great play there by Skinner. That ball was headed to the grass, and so was Skinner to make the catch. Outstanding play there by Braylon Skinner. A long way to go, hauling that one in. So we've seen some good outfield play today by the High Wheelers. Smith making a couple of diving catches in right, now Skinner in center, so that's one out. Holding at first base is Hubbard. The score is 3-1 Oakland, top half of the 6th inning. And now it's Noah Martinez who comes up. Face Cameron Rapetti. Martinez, he has walked twice this afternoon. I mentioned the Ballers lead the season series 7-5. Seems like we were just here against Oakland. Well, we were just a little over a week ago. It was Martinez, who played his college ball at Central Connecticut State, takes a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. So Hubbard at first base, being held on by Gonzalez. And throw to first. And Hubbard back safely with a dive. Gonzalez there to take the throw. So no balls and 1 strike to count. And the pitch, and that's low inside, and that'll go to the backstop. And now Hubbard down to second on the wild pitch. As Mendoza, the catcher, has to run that ball down. Second wild pitch offered by Rapetti this afternoon, or still this morning, I should say. They said it's this morning for about another 20 minutes. So 1 strike to count. So now a base hit to the outfield by Martinez could get Oakland the run right back. 1 strike to count with 1 out. Outfield fairly deep straight away. 3-1 in favor of Oakland. And the pitch to Martinez up and in, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. I'd have to think somebody by now would be warming in the Yolo bullpen, which is down the right field line. Oakland bullpen down the left field side. Just cannot see who's warming up on either side. The 2-1 pitch up and away, ball 3. And the count's at 3 balls and 1 strike. Bullpen was used a lot in that 6-game series at Idaho Falls. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Rapetti delivers, and Martinez swings, and he flies this one towards shallow left. That's going to get down, base hit. Rounding third is Hubbard. Here is a throw from Kirby up along the third base line, and seeing that, hustling to second is Martinez. The leadoff walk comes back to hurt. It's now 4-1 Oakland in the top of the 6th. So Martinez, a bloop single to left. RBI, he takes second on the throw from the left fielder Kirby. So give Martinez a run batted in. RBI for Noah Martinez this season is his 18th. And it looks like that's going to be all for Rapetti. So we have a pitching change. We'll step out. We are in the top half of the 6th inning with the score, Oakland 4 and Yolo 1. Back in a moment on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. new pitcher for the Yellow High Wheelers is the right-hander J.C. Ariza. We're in the top of the sixth inning. It is a 4-1 lead for Oakland. So Cameron Rapetti leaves after 5 1/3 innings. So now Ariza, the series that he pitched against Oakland last time was his first out of the bullpen. You recall Ariza pitched against Oakland on June 9th and took a line drive off of his right arm and then had to go on the injured list because of a bicep issue and then missed about 10 days and then came back to face Oakland when we were here a couple of weeks ago against the Ballers, and then it was at that time he moved from the starting rotation into the bullpen. So Ariza, a record of no wins and 2 losses, 5.68 ERA. Faces Tyler Lozano, and the pitch from Ariza is a strike call on the outside corner, 0-1. Lozano, he's 0 for 2 today. 4-1 Oakland, top of the sixth inning. So Martinez at second base. Outfield medium depth straightaway. And the 0-1 pitch, and Lozano waves at that breaking ball and comes up empty, strike 2. Pitch down and away. No balls, 2 strikes. 4-1 Oakland, top half of the sixth. Ariza to go along with an 0-2 record. 8th appearance for him, 5th out of the bullpen. ERA's at 5.68. No balls, 2 strikes. And he kicks and deals, and Lozano goes down for this one and flies it to left field. Kirby hustling to his right in the sun, and the left fielder not far from the line in fair territory makes the catch, and Lozano is out, 2 down. Martinez holds at second base, and now Brad Burkell comes up with a 4-1 lead here in the sixth inning. Ariza, fastball, slider, changeup, and a curveball. 2 and a 4-seam fastball for Ariza, who hails from northern New Jersey. So now Burkell bats. He's 0 for 2. He's flying to center. He's flying to right. And now Ariza backs off the rubber. I don't know what you call it. Now Ariza's got long hair. Is that a hair bun that he has tucked obviously behind his head? Okay, he's got a hair bun, a black hair bun. Pitch on the way, and that's strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. I don't really know the terminology now. I know what a ponytail is. I know what a crew cut is. Just that there's no way I would ever be able to grow a hair bun. That is a man bun. That's it, a man bun. Well, there's no way, hair bun, man bun, whatever. There's no way I could grow one. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss fastball, the outer half of the plate, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Anyway, he's got a man bun out of the back of his black cap for Ariza as he bends down, peers in at the catcher Mendoza. Runner at second is Martinez. No balls, 2 strikes. As Ariza delivers, and Burkell swings and misses fastball on the outer half of the plate, strike 3. And he is out for a strikeout for Ariza. 1 run for Oakland on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Oakland 4, Yolo 1 on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports.
Here are a few facts about summer. The phrase "dog days of summer" used to refer to sweltering summer days having to do with stars. A star called Sirius, known as the Dog Star.
Final line on Yolo starter Cameron Rapetti. 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned. He walked 4, struck out 3. 2 wild pitches, a homer, and a balk. So once again, the High Wheelers find themselves trailing by 3. 3 straight innings for Oakland, which they've scored exactly 1 run to go along with a 1-run second. So Tanner Smith leads it off, and he drives one down the left field side foul toward the Oakland bullpen, strike 1. And the count's at 0-1 strike. It's Smith, Blackford, and Gonzalez, 3, 4, and 5 to face Christian Cosby. So again, 3rd time this year for Cosby in which he has had a double-digit strikeout performance. So 0-1 the count. And the pitch, and Smith takes, and that's inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he's been able to strike out Marine, who, again, one of the top hitters in the league, coming into the day at 403, which is 10th best. Able to strike out Marine 3 times. Smith swings and fists this one foul left side, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for Oakland. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Yolo. Smith twice is grounded out to second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and Smith takes, and that's outside, ball 2. And the count now is at 2 balls and 2 strikes with a 4-1 advantage for the Oakland Ballers. And the 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swing and a ground ball foul up along first. 2-2 now to Smith. Mentioned Smith the other night. Hit with a pitch during that 3-run 9th inning rally. That was a crazy rally that Yolo had because Yolo didn't really have to do much in that rally. You know, there were 3 Idaho Falls errors in the 9th. There was a walk. There was only 1 hit for Yolo in that inning. There was, as they said, 3 errors, a walk, a hit by pitch. And it was Smith who was hit with that pitch. Pinch hitting. The 2-2. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Tanner Smith, who's hitless in his last 8 at-bats. And 1 for his last 12 as he takes outside, ball 4. So Smith, a leadoff walk, and we'll see if the High Wheelers can cash that in. Good start for Yolo. And now Braden Blackford comes up. So Blackford a triple to right field in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. 1 of 2 Yolo triples here this afternoon. A 4-1 lead for the Oakland Ballers. So 2 triples today, but there was a game in Idaho Falls last road trip in which Yolo had a 3-triple game. We don't find the triple too often, and that literally tripled their pleasure. They had 3 of them in that one. Now the pitch on the way to Blackford, and that's driven toward right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding second is Smith. And now Blackford hustling towards second, and he slides in safely with a double. Hustle double there by the batter runner in Blackford. It was the center fielder Davis to his left who got to the ball. And Blackford hustled into second. The throw went to the shortstop Burkell, and Blackford sliding in safely. So Smith to third. Blackford now 2 for 3. So both his hits have been extra base hits. 4th hit now for the High Wheelers, and now it's Jose Gonzalez who comes up. Gonzalez is 0 for 2. He's grounded to first unassisted, and he is struck out swinging. So outfield medium depth straight away. Ballers will play the infield back, and the pitch, and that's swung on, and that's blooped toward center field. Base hit. In to score is Smith. Blackford to third, and Jose Gonzalez makes it 4-2 Oakland. So they're starting to get to Cosby a little bit. Leadoff walk comes back to Hurd. Jose Gonzalez now an 11-game hitting streak. So he is 1 for 3 this afternoon. RBI for Gonzalez is his 32nd. And this could be all for Cosby. So now it's 4-2 Oakland. And we will see a new Oakland pitcher. So we'll step out, bottom of the 6th, and now the possible go-ahead run will come up in the powerful Bobby Leday when we get back with a score. Oakland 4 and Yolo 2 on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. The new pitcher for the Oakland Ballers is the Grand Forks, North Dakota native, right-hander, and Connor Richardson. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and things tightening up a bit now. 4-2 Oakland, with runners at the corners for Yolo and nobody out. The numbers for Richardson this year: he is 4-0. He has more wins than any Baller pitcher. 4 wins, no losses, 4.22 earned run average. 15th appearance, all out of the bullpen. So he inherits Blackford at third and Gonzalez at first. And a 4-2 lead now for the Oakland Ballers. So Jose Gonzalez mentioned now an 11-game hitting streak with that RBI single. And now Bobby Leday with one swing could give Oakland the lead, or could give Yolo the lead. Richardson, we have seen a few times this year. Gonzalez now 20 hits during the 11-game hitting streak. He's now 20 for 45 over the streak. And the pitch to Leday is outside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes from Richardson, who went to college at the University of Minnesota, Crookston, not far from the North Dakota border. So Blackford's at third, Gonzalez at first. Outfield medium depth straight away. 4-2 Oakland. And the pitch on the way to Leday, line foul left side, strike 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike from Connor Richardson. Richardson, 6'4", 239 pounds. Made his pro debut last season. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Runner at third, Blackford. Gonzalez at first. Turn throw to first, and Gonzalez back safely with a dive. Throw taken by the first baseman, Martinez. Yeah, Richardson, pro debut last year was with the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks in North Dakota, also Ottawa and Lake Erie, those 2 teams in the Frontier League. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Outfield around to the left. There goes Gonzalez. Leday swings and misses. Throw to second base. Gonzalez is out with a slide. Holding at third is Blackford. So Gonzalez out there. Throw taken by the second baseman, Jefferson. So 2-4 on the caught stealing right there. So 2-4 on the caught stealing. Lozano to the catcher, to the second baseman, Jefferson. Now the count is at 1-2 with 1 out. And Leday swings and misses, strike 3. Pitch in the dirt. The catcher Lozano up with it. Looks Blackford back to third and throws to Martinez at first. And Leday is out. Strikeout, put out goes 2-3. So first strikeout for Richardson, and that comes at a big time. So just like that, you know, the High Wheelers hit first and third, nobody out, a run in with their biggest run producer at the plate. And then Gonzalez gets thrown out trying to steal, and then Leday, the next pitch, strikes out swinging. So it's almost like a double play right there. And now it's Kirkland Banks who bats with 2 out, and Blackford at third. Now it's going to take more than likely a hit to get a run in, as the pitch from Richardson outside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. Richardson, we saw in the last series. In fact, had a good game against the High Wheelers back on June 23rd as the pitch swing and a miss, strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Richardson in a 2-run Oakland win here on June 23rd. Didn't get a win, didn't get a save, but pitched 2 shutout innings and struck out 3. The 1-1 here, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Richardson pitched back-to-back games in that series, 22nd and the 23rd, and he, in those games, combined to go 3 shutout innings. So a guy who's normally used in mid to late relief, and mid-inning situation here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch swing and a tapper foul to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes with a 4-2 Oakland lead over Yolo. Bottom of the 6th inning. Banks perfect today. He's been hit with a pitch. He singled to right, so he's 1 for 1. A runner at third base, Blackford. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch, and Banks swings, and again just gets a piece one. Fouls onto the backstop. And the count holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count, so Banks obviously be a big opportunity here to get a run in, at least to trim the fat a little more. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blackford a small lead at third, and the pitch outside, ball 2. And the count moves now to 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. Big hole in right center, and the pitch. Banks swings, and he pops this one up down the left field side, and it's going to go foul. Hard in the left fielder. Probably had the best beat to it, but ran out of room. And the count holds to Banks at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned Banks did have a home run in that series at Idaho Falls. He was 6 for 21 in that series. That home run was on Sunday night, his 3rd of the year. The other 2 home runs he hit were at Oakland, June 7th, and then on June 8th for the Lamar University product in Kirkland Banks. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Again, Blackford a small lead and foul ground at third. And the 2-2, and a big swing and a miss, strike 3, pitch on the outer half, and Richardson does the job, gets a couple of strikeouts, gets a caught stealing, his 2nd strikeout, and the High Wheelers only settle for 1 run in the 6th. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left. 2nd straight inning we've seen that line score. We go to the 7th, 4-2, Oakland leads Yolo on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Inning 7 on, now I can say, Tuesday afternoon, and it started a couple of hours ago. We go to the 7th inning. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Oakland. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Yolo. Tomorrow we'll get the feed going on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports at roughly 10 a.m. Justin Kleinsorge for Oakland, and the right hand will be posed by Yolo lefty Dawson Lane. And then Wednesday morning, also a 10 a.m. start, right-hander Carson Lambert for Oakland, and right-hander Brandon McPherson for Yolo. And then that'll take us through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll head over to Oakland for the weekend. Top of the Oakland order for the 4th time, and it's Austin Davis who leads it off. Then it's Harden and Halsema, and J.C. Ariza's pitch has popped up foul right side, strike 1. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. Davis is 1 for 2, a walk and a single. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Oakland, 2-5-0 for Yolo. So Oakland fortunate only to allow that 1 run in the bottom of the 6th, but that caught stealing really threw a wrench into things for the High Wheelers. The windup in the 0-1 from Ariza, and that is inside to Davis, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, again, the High Wheelers had first and third, a run in and nobody out, and they go from there to a caught stealing, a strikeout, and a strikeout. Just like that, the 1-1. And that strike 2 called on the outside corner, and he'd like that challenged. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the call's been overturned to a ball. So it's been overturned. Thank you, Mr. Computer. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count. And a 4-2 Oakland lead. But anyway, that whole inning really seemed to turn over once Gonzalez was out trying to steal second. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The windup by Ariza and the pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball in the outer half, strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes from John Carlos Ariza, who is of Cuban descent. Played his college baseball at the University of Texas Pan American. Really gets just as hot there as it is here. The windup in the 2-2 swung on, and that's lined to short right at Marine, who makes the catch. Low line drive there, but right at the shortstop, Raylan Marine. And Austin Davis is out. 1 down. 7th inning, top half, 4-2 Oakland. And now Peyton Harden digs in for the 4th time. He is 1 for 2, a sac bunt, an infield single, and a run scored. Mentioned, I didn't go into detail, but mentioned the bullpen had worked a lot in that series at Idaho Falls, the Yolo bullpen that is. As the pitch on the way is a strike called on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. In that series, over the 6 games, the bullpen had a record of 2-2. The windup in the 0-1, and that slapped toward third. To his left, banks over the baseball and throws to Gonzalez at first, and Harden is out. 2 away, top of the 7th inning. It's Oakland 4 and Yolo 2. And Trevor Halsema bats for the 4th time. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Anyway, the Yolo bullpen in that series at Idaho Falls worked a total of 23 1/3 innings. 18 strikeouts in that span, and the bullpen ERA over the 6 games was 5.79. So now Halsema digs in, and he's out of the 3/4 windup, misses the inside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. So the bullpen on average worked about 4 innings in that series. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Ariza winds and the pitch, and that misses outside, ball 2. And the count moves now to 2 balls and no strikes, with J.P. Gates wetting on deck with a 4-2 Oakland lead. Top half of the 7th, as Ariza again 3/4 windup kicks and deals. And that's low and in, ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes to Halsema. So 3-0 the count. Ariza right back home, the 3-0, and that's down the middle, strike 1. And the count moves now to 3 balls and 1 strike to Halsema. The 3-1 here, swinging a miss at a breaking ball, strike 2. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. It was Halsema who hit that line drive that hit Ariza in Oakland, the 3-2, and that's foul to the backstop, 3-2. That was again that June 9th game I was talking about where Ariza took the line drive off his right arm. He stayed in the game and faced a couple of more batters, gave up a home run, and then just couldn't go any longer. So it was pretty much Halsema who knocked him out of the game, despite 2 other batters hitting that inning. The 3-2, and Halsema foul to the backstop, right side. And the count moves now to 3 balls and 2 strikes with a 4-2 Oakland lead. Top half of the 7th inning. So 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Ariza winds and the payoff. Swung on by Halsema, and that's fly to center field. Right at Braylon Skinner. Doesn't even have to move for it. He's there. He's got it. And Ariza, an inning and 2/3 of perfect relief this afternoon. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. First time today, Oakland goes in order. Stretch time on this Tuesday as we go to the bottom of the 7th. It is Oakland 4 and Yolo 2 on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Stretch time from Davis as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Oakland. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Yolo. And Justin Kirby to lead it off for the Yolo High Wheelers. It'll be Kirby, Mendoza, and the top of the Yolo order for the center fielder Skinner. So, again, Yolo's had more than enough chances to chip in here this afternoon. And now Connor Richardson, who came on to get out of a first and third nobody out situation, even though 1 run had already scored, but that wasn't against him, but did a good job and delivers. Justin Kirby a swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and a strike, so Kirby 1 for 2, a triple and a run scored. As Richardson deals from the high set and Kirby takes up an in-ball 1. And the count's a 1 ball and 1 strike from Richardson to Kirby. 4-2 Oakland, bottom of the 7th inning. And the pitch on the way, and Kirby takes, and that's at the knee, strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. From Richardson, who has long blondish brown hair out of the back of his green cap. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Kirby goes down for this one, pops it up. Shallow center, so shallow it's going to be the shortstop Raquel backpedaling, and he makes the catch in shallow center. And Kirby is out. 1 away. Bottom of the 7th inning. Oakland 4, Yolo 2. And now Angel Mendoza digs in. Now Mendoza Of course, didn't get credit for a run batted in, but last time up, struck out swinging, but reached on a wild pitch by Cosby, who in turn, with that same wild pitch, scored Kirby, and Mendoza ended up reaching first and then stole second, but that was as far as he got, as Angel takes outside ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. So Christian Cosby, enough to get through the fifth, went 5+ innings, leaves in line for the win. Outfield around to the left on the 1-0 on the way, and Mendoza swings, and he pops this one up. Burkell this time will move to his right, backpedaling, but he'll give way at the last moment to left fielder Harden. And Peyton Harden, the left fielder, makes the catch. But it looked like Burkell was going to get to that one. It looked like just a lazy pop-up, back is short. And then, as it turned out, the left fielder Harden came on and said, no, I got it. And he got it. So 2 out. 4 in a row set down by Richardson. 4 batters in a row set down by Richardson. He was on the mound when Gonzalez was caught stealing in the 6th inning. But of the 4 batters he's faced, he's retired them all. Top of the Yolo order for the 4th time with the center fielder, Braylon Skinner. And he takes low and in, ball 1 from Connor Richardson. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. And a 4-2 Oakland advantage. And the pitch on the way to Skinner, and that's taken low inside, ball 2. And the count's now at 2 balls and no strikes. So Mendoza now 0 for 3. But anyway, Cosby 5+ innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs both earned. Walked 1, struck out 10, hit 2 batters, and offered a wild pitch. As the next pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner. Or actually, a bigger pardon, the pitch was called a ball. Oakland challenged the pitch. Oakland thought it was a strike, but instead it stays a ball. So 3-0 the count now to Skinner. And the pitch here, and that's down the middle, strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. Well, if Skinner can get on, then you got Marine on deck. Marine's due for a hit. He did not look good against Cosby, but if he bats in this inning, would have a chance to tie it. 3 balls and a strike. Richardson deals, and that swung on, and a tapper to second base. Jefferson on the dirt, and his sort of first on in time. Looked like Jefferson had a tough time getting the ball out of his glove, and you factor that with Skinner's speed, and Skinner is safe at first, so that'll be an infield single for Skinner. And now Braylon Marine does get a chance to swing the bat here as the possible tying run in a 4-2 Oakland lead, bottom of the 7th. Mentioned that 16-game hitting streak Marine had snapped at Idaho Falls, but he still has another streak, and he's reached base safely in his last 21 games, and that's in jeopardy right now as he's 0 for 3, and he takes outside ball 1, 1-0. That's right, he's reached base safely 21 straight games. So, certainly trying to extend that here. Tanner Smith waits on deck, but Marine is the tying run. So 1 ball and no strikes the count to Braylon Marine. Well, 1 ball and no strikes to Marine, who was struck out swinging all 3 times, again all against Cosby. So 1 ball and no strikes the count. Skinner, we'll see if he takes off right here. Again, he's got good speed, being held on by Martinez. And the 1 ball, no strike pitch will have to wait, throw to first, and Skinner back safely with a dive. For Skinner this season, in terms of stolen bases, he has 13 of them, the 1-0. And Marine swings, and he drives this one towards center. A long way for Davis, and this ball is off the wall. The ball carries back towards straightaway center. Rounding third is Skinner. He will score. Marine on his way to third. He's going to be waved to the plate, and here is the throw. He dives in safely. It's an inside the park home run to tie the game at 4. So Braylon Skinner hit that ball off the wall out toward straightaway center, 410 feet away. The center fielder Davis committed too far toward the wall, so then the ball carried back past him. And the throw eventually came into the shortstop, Burkell. And Billy Horton, the Yolo third base coach and manager, never hesitated, sending Marine to the plate. It's an inside the park home run, and we are tied at 4 here in the bottom half of the 7th. Home run for Marine is his 6th. RBIs 31 and 32. Now has reached base safely in 22 straight games. Has now scored a run in 11 straight games. And how about that infield single by Skinner to just keep that rally going, or keep the inning going. Third home run by Marine in his now last 2 games. And it's also the first inside the park home run in High Wheeler's history. So a lot of firsts and a lot of streaks continuing, but most importantly, the game now tied at 4. Neither starter will figure a decision. And now it's Tanner Smith who bats. And he swings and pops one up foul left side, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Of course, Richardson is still charged with allowing a home run. That's the 5th home run he's given up this year. Smith walked and scored his last time. He's 0 for 2, and he swings and pokes this ball into right field, a base hit. So his first hit this afternoon. He is 1 for 3. 3 straight 2-out hits for the High Wheelers, who now have 8 hits. 4-4 Yolo and Oakland. Yeah, that inside the park home run, that's always an exciting play, because that's one that you don't really cruise in. You really have to, you can cruise into second base. Obviously, a regular home run, you can take all the time you want. But inside the park home run, that's exciting because, whenever the ball's first hit, nobody's ever thinking inside the park home run. Now Blackford takes outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And I admit, when, that ball hit the wall and carried back past the center fielder Davis, I'm thinking, well, it's probably a triple. But instead, it was the whole thing. The kick on the 1-0. And that's taken low ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes to count. So Marine an inside the park homer. Tying this one up at 4. It's not exactly the way I thought when I said he's the tying run, but it works. Blackford a triple in the 4th. Double in the 6th. And the pitch to Braden. Swinging a high chopper. Leaping grab by the first baseman Martinez. Nice play there, and he'll take the ball to the bag. Puts his left foot on the base for the unassisted out. But the High Wheelers tie it on the inside home run, inside the park homer by Marine. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. This becomes a 2-inning ball game. We go to the 8th. It's 4-4 Yolo and Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports.
Number 17, Jack Zalaski.
Now pitching for your High Wheelers is number 17, Jack Zaleski.
Well, as I mentioned, it becomes a 2-inning game. We go to the 8th inning, 4-4, Yolo and Oakland. And Jack Zalaski was really a good luck charm on that last trip. Mentioned the High Wheelers lost that series 4-2 at Idaho Falls, but the 2 wins Yolo had courtesy of this man in Jack Zalaski. So he comes on to do the pitching for Zalaski this year. 4 wins, 1 loss, 6.43 ERA, team high 15th appearance, all out of the bullpen. So J.P. Gates to lead it off for Oakland. It's Gates, Hubbard, and Jefferson. 4, 5, and 6 to face the slender Zalaski. Gates homered in the 2nd inning. He's also singled and scored, so he's scored twice. And Gates takes inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Line on J.C. Arizo, 1 2/3 of perfect relief with 1 strikeout for Yolo. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss to the breaking ball, strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So through an inside the park homer, through a strikeout wild pitch. That's how the High Wheelers have, well, let's see, 3 of their 4 runs have come by way of that today. There's also been an RBI single by Gonzalez, but they've pieced it together to tie the game at 4. Next pitch outside, ball 2, 2-1. And Zalaski back swing, ground ball to second base. Down to his right knee, Lede snags the ball, and he will throw to Gonzalez at first. And Gates is out, so back-to-back appearances by Gates. At bats that he's hit the ball to second, one a line drive out, which one is a double play, line drive double play, and then here a regular old ground out. 1 down, and now it's Dondre Hubbard who comes up. He's 1 for 2, a single, a walk, and a run scored. Facing the right-hander in Zalaski, who is 6'1", 200 pounds. He's 23 years old from the Sac State product, who's from Elk Grove. And now the pitch on the way to Hubbard, and that's a strike called on the inside corner, 0-1. So he said Zalaski, last 2 outings, he has earned the win. Well, could happen again today. The 0-1 pitch, and that swung on, tap foul up along third, strike 2. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes to Dondre Hubbard, with Miles Jefferson on deck. 4-4 right here, Yolo and Oakland. No balls, 2 strikes. And Zalaski deals, and Hubbard goes down for this one. Golfs it foul again, third base way. No balls, 2 strikes. And Zalaski, in his last outing, that was Saturday at Idaho Falls, got the win. The 0-2 pitch, low ball, 1-2. He went 1 inning and struck out 2. So Zalaski was 2-0 in that series with 2 shutout innings. So his 4 wins this year for Jack matches Jacob Stobart for most wins on the High Wheelers this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. He deals, and that's low ball 3. And the count's at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 the count to Dondre Hubbard. Game tied at 4. The kick and the payoff, and Hubbard takes. And that is low. Apparently the count was a 2-2. So, all right, now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dondre Hubbard. So now the 3-2 pitch, I think. And Hubbard goes down for this one and fouls on the plate. And the count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Billy Horton, the High Wheelers manager, has been very, very pleased with the back end of the High Wheelers bullpen. You know, Zalaski, who normally comes in 7th or 8th inning. And of course, Connor Langrell and Ty Buckner really serve as co-closers. The 3-2 here, and that swung on, and that's driven deep toward left field. Since Kirby going back, and the ball lands at the base of the wall. Hubbard hustling towards second, and Kirby's throw will be cut off by the shortstop Marine, and Hubbard on base for the 3rd time this afternoon. So he is now 2 for 3, and the go-ahead runs at second with 1 out. 4-4, Yolo and Oakland. Visitors half of the 8th, and Miles Jefferson comes up. And for example, the game that Zalaski, his last game, which was again on Saturday at Idaho Falls, Zalaski, Langrell, and Buckner combined to go 3 shutout and hitless innings and combined to strike out 4. So now it's Jefferson who takes outside ball 1. Counts at 1 ball and no strikes. And then the other game Yolo won in that series, Alaska and Langrell combined to go 2 shutout innings with a strikeout. A 1-0 pitch, low ball 2. So the counts at 2 balls and no strikes. Jefferson is 0 for 3 today with an RBI. 4-4 Yolo and Oakland. Top half of the 8th inning. Hubbard at second base, good size lead in the pitch, and Jefferson swings, ground ball, left field, base hit. Micah Franklin will stop Hubbard at third as the throw from the left fielder Kirby comes into the third baseman Banks on the grass. So Jefferson has his first hit today. And now it's first and third and 1 out, game equal at 4. 8th inning, top half. And now it's Noah Martinez who bats, and he is 1 for 1 today, a couple of walks and an RBI single. Martinez comes up, and Zalaski hoping for a double play ball right here, essentially hoping that nobody scores on this play. So Hubbard's at third and Jefferson's at first. 9 hits now for Oakland. 4-4, top of the 8th inning. Yolo and Oakland. Outfield fairly deep and straight away. And the pitch on the way to Martinez, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner from Zalaski, and the count is a no balls and 1 strike from Jack, who pitched 5 seasons with the Hornets of Sac State. No balls, 1 strike. And Martinez swings, ground ball, second base. Glove by Leday, goes to Marine at second for 1. His throw to first. Gonzalez, what a stretch double play. Well, that's what Zalaski needed right there, and he got it, and he walks off the mound. A fist pump, shakes hands with the catcher, Angel Mendoza. Now Jack walks back toward that Yolo first base dugout and gets a lot of high fives, and a lot of high fives in general by the High Whalers. Nicely done, 4-6-3. Leday, Marine, Gonzalez, second, short, first. And that concludes matters here in the top of the 8th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. A man left on to the bottom of the 8th. 4-4, Yolo and Oakland. The Ballers will have a new pitcher when we get back on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Well, the High Whalers fortunate to be going to the bottom of the 8th inning tie. Jack Zalaski getting that double play ball off the bat of the Oakland first baseman Noah Martinez. Jake Daly, who we've seen a lot this year, he comes on to do the pitching for Oakland. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Yolo. 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for Oakland. Daly from Utah, capital D-A-H-L-E. And the first pitch to Jose Gonzalez, a fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and a strike. Daly's record is 2-1, 5.95 ERA, 18th team high appearance, all out of the bullpen. As the 0-1 to Gonzalez, and that's driven high in the air, deep right field. This ball is going, and it is gone off the scoreboard in right center. And for the first time today, the Yolo High Whalers have grabbed the lead. It is now 5-4. And Jose Gonzalez with his team-high 9th home run Second RBI for Gonzalez this afternoon, gives him 33 this year, but on top of all of that, now 5-4 in favor of Yolo. So Daly came right in, and Gonzalez sent it out. So 5-4 now. The Yolo High Wheelers lead it. And now Bobby Leday will come up. Fourth homer allowed by Daly. Now Leday swings on a tapper toward third. It's gloved by Hubbard, and he will throw to Martinez at first. And Leday is out. Now 0 for 3 this afternoon. One away. Third baseman Hubbard came in and got the ball on the lip of the grass. And then threw on to Martinez at first. Now it's Kirkland Banks. So Gonzalez, Leday, and Banks. 5, 6, and 7. Banks 1 for 2, a single to right. He's been hit with a pitch. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Yolo. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Oakland. And now the pitch on the way to Banks, and that's grounded foul up along third, strike one. No balls and 1 strike, so Gonzalez mentioned earlier now an 11-game hitting streak. We've talked about Marine extending his on-base streak to 21 straight games. As the pitch here, and that's taken outside for a ball. 1-1. Marine actually 22 straight games in which he's reached base safely. The kick in the 1-1, and the fastball swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Banks single to right in the 5th inning, and he's 1 for 2. So a 5-4 Yolo lead, bottom of the 8th inning. A windup man the pitch, and that's slapped towards second. A couple of bounces for Jefferson moving to his left. And the second baseman, Soto Martinez, retires Banks. 2 out. In the bottom of the 8th inning, it is 5-4 Yolo. And now Justin Kirby bats. He is 1 for 3 with a triple and a run scored. Now 8 of the 9 Yolo batters have reached base safely today. The only one who hasn't reached base safely is Mendoza. But Mendoza had one of the more important at-bats of the day, and he had struck out swinging, but had reached down a wild pitch that allowed Kirby to score. Of course, that does not extend an on-base streak because he didn't reach base in a safe manner. You have to either get a base hit, a walk, or be hit with a pitch to continue that kind of streak. Pitch on the way to Kirby, outside ball 1, 1-0. 5-4 Yolo. Daly delivers, and that is taken low inside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes from Daly, who went to the University of Utah, also went to Utah Tech, grew up in that state. Had family members play baseball at BYU. The 2-0 on the way, and that's outside ball 3. And Daly would like that one challenged. And that's been overturned to a strike.
After review, the pitch is overturned to a strike.
So Daly does get the strike out of it. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 5-4 Yolo, bottom of the 8th inning. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. The kick on the 2-1 pitch, and that's low ball 3. So the count's now at 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, maybe Jack Zalaski is a good luck charm of late. The kick on the 3-1, and that's a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. When the game on Saturday night, Zalaski pitched at Idaho Falls. The game was tied. Going to the 8th inning swing, ground ball to third base. That's vacuumed up by Hubbard, and he'll make the coast-to-coast toss over to Martinez at first. And Kirby is out. But anyway, Zalaski was the pitcher of record when Yolo scored 6 times in the top half of the 8th. A run on the homer by Gonzalez. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Last chance for Oakland. We go to the 9th inning. Yolo 5 and Oakland 4. Yolo will have a new pitcher when we get back on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. New pitcher.
Bro. 34. Yep.
We go to the ninth inning, last chance for Oakland. It is 5-4. The Yolo High Wheelers out in front, and the new pitcher trying to close this one is Connor Langrell. So Jack Zalaski works 1 inning, allows 2 hits, and that completes his line. And now on to Langrell, who is 1-0 this year, 0.93 ERA, 15th appearance, all out of the bullpen, and he has 2 saves. Langrell, one of those saves, a perfect ninth inning on June 26th at Idaho Falls. Worked twice in that series, combined to go 2 shutout innings with a save. So Langrell on to face a pinch hitter. It's going to be Jalen Smith, who will bat for Tyler Lozano. So the pinch hitter Smith, then Burkell, and then the top of the Oakland order for the center fielder Davis. So batters 8, 9, and 1 to face Connor Langrell, and a 5-4 Yolo advantage, top half of the ninth inning. Outfield fairly deep straight away for Jalen Smith, and the pitch to Smith driven foul left side, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Smith bats at .269. He has 5 home runs, and he has 14 RBIs. Outfield medium depth straight away, so no balls and 1 strike to count. And the pitch on the way, and that's taken outside, ball 1. And the count moves now to 1 ball and 1 strike from Langrell. As the 1-1 here, and that's swung on, and that's driven high in the air toward left field, and that ball is foul. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jalen Smith. Langrell, 6'4", 230 pounds. He's 22 years old. Again, from Riverview, Florida. Was at Williamsport last year in the MLB Draft League. So, latter part of that year, became a professional baseball player. So, 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Jalen Smith batting here. So, 1-2 the count to Smith. Outfield around to the left side. And Langrell delivers, and Smith takes low, ball 2. So the count moves now to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jalen Smith, who we normally would see play the infield. He's out of the Atlanta area. Smith just turned 27. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch low, ball 3. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Jalen Smith. Played his college baseball, played 2 years at Kennesaw State, Division I program north of Atlanta. The 3-2, and Smith swings, and he flies this one toward left center field, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. Center fielder Skinner up with the baseball, gets it in toward short, and Jalen Smith, the tying run at second base. He has a leadoff double, so he is aboard, and now Brad Burkell will come up, and all sorts of possibilities here. Burkell, who has some power, he's got 6 home runs, including a 2-homer game in Oakland against Yolo. Also a home run here a few weeks ago. And he comes down to have a discussion with his manager and third base coach, Micah Franklin. 10 hits now for Oakland. So Burkell, possible bunt situation. All sorts of possibilities here for Burkell. It was 0 for 3. So Jalen Smith, the runner at second base. So Burkell, not only that, but ground ball to second could move a runner. Normally you don't see a left-handed batter in this kind of situation sacrifice, and I'll explain why in a moment. Outfield medium depth and straight away. Smith leads at second base, and the pitch from Langrell will have to wait. Turn, throw to first. That's his first disengagement. I say that because a left-handed batter, generally speaking, the percentages are going to tell you the left-handed batter is going to hit the ball to the right side, generally. And maybe you hit the ball to the right side and get a base hit and don't have to burn it out. And a base hit here to the outfield could tie this one up as Burkell swings away and pops it up. Third base side, foul ground. Banks near the coach's box, and he makes the catch. So swung away there and didn't hit it to the right side. He pops out, an unproductive at bat right there. Burkell now 0 for 4, so he fouls out, 1 down. Smith holds at second. Good play by the third baseman, Banks, with a high sky and the sun here this afternoon. A little bit of a breeze. And now for the 5th time today, Oakland will go to the top of its order, where the center fielder and Austin Davis, of course, he represents the possible go-ahead run, and he swings and misses strike one. The ball's at 1 strike. Mentioned it was going to get well over 100 degrees here today. It was 93 degrees at first pitch, a little after 10 o'clock. It's now 104 here this afternoon. No balls, 1 strike to count. Davis is 1 for 3, and now Langrell. Well, Davis requests time, so Langrell can walk off the mound. He's not charged with the disengagement there. I say, come on, let's play 2 today. How about that? No balls and 1 strike to count to Davis with Peyton Harden on deck. 5-4 Yolo, 1 out, 1 on. Top half of the 9th inning. Smith leads at second base, so now Langrell backs off the rubber, and now that will be a disengagement charge to him. And now the catcher Mendoza will be allowed to go out and have a word. Obviously, once they want to make sure that everybody's on the same page right here. So Mendoza goes out to have a visit with Langrell. Mentioned Langrell with 2 saves. His co-closer, Ty Buckner, leads the team with 3 saves. Of course, this will be the final inning that the defense will be on the field today for Yolo, no matter what happens here. Because if Oakland ties it, and then we stay tie after 9, then of course it goes to the knockout round, which hopefully Yolo will not have to worry about, because Yolo's not have had much success this year in knockout rounds, 0-3. But anyway, 104 degrees right now, and just getting hotter and hotter throughout the week. So 0-1 the count to Davis. Smith tying run at second base, and the 0-1 pitch, and that swung on and popped up shallow right field. Leday chasing forward, and the ball drops, and holding at second base though is Smith. So that's a tough play. I just mentioned, remember I talked about Banks making a good catch, staying with the ball and the elements. That foul pop-up a batter ago. Well, this was a softly hit pop-up, and Leday went out, backpedaled, and just had the ball fall behind him. Not an easy day to catch pop-ups. That'll go as a single. That's a pop-up single. Can't really charge an error there. Now, Smith stayed at second, so for a moment that's a little bit of a break for Yolo, because Smith obviously, there's no way that he could have ended up at third there. He had to hold. So it's first and second. Now it's Harden. Now, of course, the double play intact, but Harden's a speedy guy to double up, plus he's a left-handed batter. And the first pitch from Langrell, high ball 1-0. Well, Langrell really hasn't had too many innings this year where he has been in trouble. But he's in trouble here with first and second and 1 out. 5-4 Yolo, top of the 9th inning. Harden an infield single and a run scored. He's 1 for 3 this afternoon. So 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Yolo. 4-11-0 now for Oakland. And the pitch to Harden, and that's taken low for a ball. And the count's now at 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0. I know Harden did hit into a ground ball double play against Yolo last time Oakland was here, and Yolo would like to see him do that again. The 2-0 pitch, very high ball, 3-0, and there you have the team leader in RBIs on deck and Halsema. So 3 balls and no strikes the count. And we'll see if Harden lets this one go by right here on 3-0. And he does, and that's right down the middle, strike 1. Now I'd have to think he'll be swinging. So 3 balls and 1 strike the count from Langrell. Middle infield looking to turn 2 right here. Banks, the third baseman, even with the bag, not far from the line. 3 ball, 1 strike pitch, and that's foul to the screen, strike 2. So now Langrell's battled back to make it a full count. And 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a 5-4 Yolo lead, but obviously a tight game here this afternoon. Seen a little bit of everything here today. 3-2 the count, and the payoff swung on, and that's blooped toward left center. Base hit. Rounding third is Smith. He will score the tying run as he dives in safely. And we are equal at 5. So Hardin ties it up. Davis up to second. And give Hardin his second hit. Give him a run batted in. So it is now 5-5. And now it's Trevor Halsema who comes up. So give Hardin a run batted in. That's his 18th this year. So tough break in this inning for Langrell. He got Davis to hit a pop-up out towards shallow right, but the Elements playing tricks on Leday, and the ball fell. And now it's Halsema who could give Oakland the lead, and he takes inside ball 1-0. So 5-5, top of the ninth. Trivial note here, Jack Zalaski cannot win this game now for Yolo. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Runners at first and second, and the pitch, and Halsema takes, and that's a strike on the inner half, 1-1. Halsema an RBI single in the 5th. Now the double play is still intact. Davis the go-ahead run at second, Hardin at first. So, as I said, that's just the way baseball goes sometime. The Elements playing a factor. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Langrell delivers, and Halsema a big swing and a miss, strike 2, pitch on the outer half. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Yolo. 5 runs, 12 hits, and no errors for Oakland. So 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. As Langrell comes set, first base side of the rubber. And now turns and looks at second, but no throw anywhere. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Aaron Halsema. And the pitch, and he swings and rips this one into center field, a base hit. Skinner charges, and the runners all move up 90 feet as the throw comes all the way in toward the third base side of home. The runner at second, Davis, had to hold up because that ball was hit right in front of him. He might have run into that ball. It's also a low line drive. I don't think that would have been caught, but anyway, Davis gets as far as third. Hardin up to second, and Trevor Hall, I think it's an Aaron Halsema a moment ago. Trevor Halsema, a single to center, his second hit. 4th hit of the inning against Langrell. 5-5, top of the 9th inning, and now Oakland really licking its chops. Bases loaded with 1 out. And now Jerome Williams, the pitching coach, out to talk to Langrell. But this inning started on the pinch double by Smith. Then Burkell, the foul pop up to third, and then it was the top of the Oakland order for the 5th time. It was the center fielder Davis. That's the big, I guess you could say, hit of the inning. That was the pop-up out toward shallow right. That thing under normal conditions, Leday catches, but that's not the way it goes. Elements playing a factor there. Well, now it's J.P. Gates who comes up, and he's 2 for 4, a home run in the 2nd inning. Middle infield is back, 5-5, top of the 9th inning. 13 hits now for Oakland. Runners everywhere, and the pitch, and Gates of swing and a miss, strike 1-0-1. Of course, the bases loaded. The double play is certainly available at any base. Force available at any base. Double play, all sorts of double play options here. And that's what Langrell would like. 0-1, and the pitch, and Gates takes low ball 1-1, and of course, with the bag's full, there's no room to put Gates. So 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 5-5, top of the 9th inning. Go ahead and run at third, that's Davis. Hardin's at second, Halsema's at first. And the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch, and Gates swings. Line drive left field, base hit. Davis scores. Here comes Hardin, the throw from the left fielder Kirby up along the first base line. Now going to third, and safe there is Halsema with a slide. It's a 2-run go-ahead single for J.P. Gates, and it's now 7-5 Oakland in the top half of the 9th inning. It's now 4 straight hits for the Ballers, 5 in this inning, and Gates, who earlier in the game had his first pro home run and first pro RBI, now has 3 RBIs in a Ballers uniform. Still 1 out, going first to third. Once the throw came through to the plate. I mean, there was no doubt Halsema was going to go to second, and then Halsema scampered over to third. The throw is up along the first base side, and then Mendoza's throw to Banks at third was not in time. So now it's Hubbard who's 2 for 3. 2 singles, a walk, a run scored. A 3-run top of the ninth to the Ballers. And the pitch to Hubbard from Langrell's a strike call on the outside corner, 0-1. So 7-5 now in favor of Oakland. Hubbard would like that call challenged. And it's been confirmed a strike. So no balls and a strike. So a 3-run top of the ninth just after the High Wheelers had taken the lead in the bottom of the eighth. Langrell a blown save. The 0-1 pitch and a fastball swing and a miss, strike, 2-0-2. So obviously now the High Wheelers, assuming they can keep it a 2-run game, now will obviously have to score 3 to win, 2 to tie, but 2 only gets them to the knockout round. The 0-2 pitch, and Hubbard swings, and he bloops this one toward right. To his left, Smith makes the catch. Tagging from third is Halsema. He's on his way home. He'll score easily standing up as the throw comes in toward the first base side of home, where it's grabbed on one hop by the catcher Mendoza. By that extra 90 feet for Halsema. Now makes it a 4-run ninth and makes it an 8-5 Oakland advantage. So give Dondre Hubbard a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. Gates holds at first base. And now the 8th man to bat in the inning comes up, and it's Miles Jefferson. The RBI for Dondre Hubbard's is 32nd. So a 4-run top of the ninth inning, and that 4-run number rears its ugly head again at the High Wheelers. As the pitch on the way to Jefferson, inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Go back to that series against Idaho Falls. The Chuckers had 4 straight games in that series where they had at least a 4-run inning. The other Sunday night, a 4-run inning. Saturday, 5 runs. Friday, 5 runs. Also, there was, they had 2 4-run innings, 2 5-run innings, did Idaho Falls. And now a 4-run inning at the moment for Oakland. So that's now 5 straight games in which there has been a inning that's gone against the High Wheelers of at least 4 runs. It's like a pinch runner at first base. And there goes the runner. The pitch swung on, grounded deep in the hole at short. Grabbed by Marine, long throw across, not in time. And up to second base. We get the pinch runner's name, I'm not sure. So, give you the pinch runner in a moment. So the pinch runner up to second. Jefferson, an infield single. That's his second hit. 6 hits in the series, and now it's Noah Martinez who comes up. Get you the pinch runner's name in just a moment. John Pyle, P-Y-L-E. John Pyle, the pinch runner who had been at first. He's now at second. After that infield hit by Jefferson. Now Martinez bats, and he takes outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, so Pyle is pinch running. Again, he had entered the game pinch running at first base. He's now at second. As the 1-0 pitch, and that's inside, ball 2. And the count's now at 2 balls and no strikes. So Pyle just signed by the Ballers. It's his 3rd game with Oakland. Martinez, 1 for 2, an RBI single in the 6th inning. 2-0 pitch with 2 on and 2 out. 8-5 Oakland, and Langrell pours in a strike on the inside corner. So 2-1 the count. Well, over the course of a long season, you're going to have outings like this. Langrell's been really, really good this year for Yolo. The 2-1 on the way, and that's fouled off left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just after I talked about an inning earlier, I mentioned how strong the back end of the bullpen has been of late. I was quoting the manager, Billy Horton, but as I've often said, the players are not listening to this broadcast, so I don't want to hear about a jinx. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And the pitch, and Martinez pops this one up foul left side, 2-2. On deck, the top of the order in Smith. Remember, Smith led this inning off as a pinch hitter. So if Smith bats here in the 9th inning, he would bat in the very I don't mean to sound redundant saying very seldom, but I'm going to emphasize the word seldom here. The very seldom undefined position. 2 on, 2 out. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch, and Martinez takes up and away ball 3. So with 3 and 2 and 2 out, the runners will go automatically. Pyle will go from second. Jefferson takes off from first in a moment. 8-5 in favor of Oakland. Top of the 9th inning. A 4-run 9th inning for the Oakland Ballers. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners ready to go, and Langrell set. The runners go, and Martinez swings, and he flies this one to left, right at Kirby, frozen in his tracks, and he makes the catch. And that concludes the 9th, but a disastrous 9th inning for the Ballers because Oakland strikes for 4 runs on 6 hits. No errors, and 2 runners left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for Yolo. It's Oakland 8 and Yolo 5 on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Well, last chance for the Yolo High Wheelers. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 8-5 in favor of Oakland. Tyler Lozano returns to the game to a catch after he had been lifted for the pinch hitter and Smith. So that's a move that paid off quite well. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and then Chandler David, I should say, comes on to do the pitching. And the first pitch on the way to Angel Mendoza is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. So it'll be Mendoza. Then the top of the Yellow order for the center fielder Skinner, and then Marine 9-1-2 is the 0-1 pitch. And that's a strike called. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Mendoza is 0 for 3. Chandler David, who we saw here a little over a week ago, back-to-back games, the last 2 of that series. For David, he earned his first 2 pro saves. 7th appearance, all out of the bullpen. No wins, no losses, and at the moment still a 0 ERA. The 0-2, and Mendoza chases that one well out of the zone. Strike 3, and he is out. So David really picks up from where he left off, not only here, but in general, as he strikes out Mendoza. 1 down, he's now 0 for 4. And now for the 5th time this afternoon, Yolo will go to the top of its order for the center fielder, Braylon Skinner. So David's 7th appearance, all out of the bullpen, and so far, coming into today, 7 shutout innings with only 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Now a drive by Skinner, but right to the right fielder, Halsema, who makes the catch. Halsema was playing well off the line and right, 2 down. And just like that, Yolo is down to its last out for Braylon Marine, who had the inside the park game-tying home run in the 7th inning. It seems like a different game ago. Oakland, a 4-run top of the 9th. That's where we are right now, at least the 9th inning, that is. Bottom of the 9th, 8-5 Oakland. Marine 1 for 4. For Chandler David, and just signed by the Ballers a couple of weeks ago. 6'1", 205 pounds. 23 years old, went to Sam Houston State University as he deals, and Marine is swinging a miss, strike 1-0 on a 1. David out of Van Alstyne, Texas, which is, say, about an hour north of the Dallas Metroplex. The 0-1 pitch inside for a ball, 1-1. 8-5 Oakland. Bottom of the ninth inning, and tomorrow back on Flow Sports and on YouTube Live at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They'll wind up with a 1-1, and Marine pops one up down the right field side. Foul, strike 2, 1-2, and now Yolo is down to its last strike. So Jake Dolly, after allowing the go-ahead homer, he can win this one now. One inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run earned. No walks, no strikeouts. And Chandler David ready to go out of the windup, and the 1-2 pitch, high ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So David, two of his 3 saves this year have come against Yolo. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. And the pitch, chopped to short. This should do it. Burkell up with it, throws to Martinez at first, and the ball game is over. And the Oakland Ballers come in and steal one here with 4 runs in the top half of the ninth inning and win it by a score of 8-5. So, in the ninth for Yolo, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Here are the final totals for today's game. First for the victorious Oakland Ballers, whose record is now 21-16. 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors, and the Oakland Ballers leave 7. For the Yellow High Wheelers, who dropped to 16-18, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and Yolo strands 6. The winning pitcher for the Oakland Ballers this afternoon is Jake Dolly, and his record is now 3-1. Chandler David earns his 4th save of the year, and the loss to Yolo's Connor Langrell, and he falls to 1-1. Time of today's game, 3 hours and 1 minute. Again, by rule, we announce the attendance is 0 here in Yolo. So the highlights this afternoon for the Yolo High Wheelers. The highlights today, they were down 4-2 going to the bottom of the 7th inning. And then with 2 out and a runner on, the center fielder Braylon Skinner had an infield hit. He was up at the top of the order for the 4th time. And then Braylon Marine came through with a high deep drive off the center field wall. The center fielder in Davis, in Austin Davis, had the ball bounce back off the wall and went back toward the center field area. And Braylon Marine circled the bases for an inside the park home run. That tied the game at 4. Marine now has reached base safely in his last 22 games. Then Jose Gonzalez, who had an RBI single in the 6th, and the Yolo first baseman hit a home run leading off the bottom of the 8th inning to give Yolo a brief 5-4 lead. It was his team high 9th homer, and Gonzalez now an 11-game hitting streak. But Oakland would strike for 4 runs in the top of the 9th against normally reliable Connor Langrell. 6 hits in the inning, including 4 straight hits, and it all started on the pinch double by Jalen Smith, and the run-producing hits in that inning. Peyton Hardin, an RBI single, 2-run go-ahead single by the designated hitter J.P. Gates, a sac fly by Dondre Hubbard. But the big hit in that inning was that pop-up single just back of second base, just out toward right center, which Bobby Leday really couldn't get, the Yolo second baseman. That was a tough play. And Yolo, that really opened up the door in that 9th inning for Oakland, who wins today by a score of 8-5. The final line on Yolo starter Connor Rapetti, 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, a home run allowed, 2 wild pitches, and a balk. J.P. Ariz, an inning and 2/3, 1 strikeout. Jack Zalaski, 1 inning and 2 hits, and Connor Langrell this afternoon in the loss, 1 inning, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned, no walks, no strikeouts. Christian Cosby for Oakland, the starter, third straight, or not third straight, but third time this year of at least 10 strikeouts. 5 innings plus 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned a walk, 10 strikeouts, 2 at-batters, and a wild pitch. Connor Richardson, 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and a homer. Jake Dolly, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run earned, 1 home run allowed, and Connor David, 1 inning, 1 perfect inning, and a strikeout. And Oakland wins it today, 8-5. Dolly 3-1, David his 4th Oakland save, and Lane Grill, the Yolo lost 1-1. 3 hours and 1 minute this one took in front of an announced crowd of 0. Our next broadcast tomorrow, 10 a.m. We'll start it for you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Right-hander Justin Kleinsorge for Oakland. No wins and no losses. It'll be his 2nd appearance. And for Yolo, it'll be the left-hander Dawson Lane at 0-2 with a 5.96. It'll be his 6th appearance all as a starter. And we look forward to having you join us. Great job by our producer, Michael Sapel, as always. Final score, Oakland 8 and Yolo 5. Doug Greenwald saying good afternoon from Dobbins Stadium.